Welcome to session 60. Previously, you had explored a good amount of the steeps, and there you had met a eyeless wyvern that ultimately you defeated. Upon defeating the eyeless wyvern, you managed to capture its hoard, which turned out to be a decent amount of money, and a artifact, the Jaws of Trebos, which Conglomerate took. Afterward, you decided to return to Katniss, and after some discussions, you met up with Sebastian, and after some discussions, Cyclonen learned of the activities of Gizzard and Conglomerate and a certain priest. And after learning about that, Cyclonen, asked a lot of questions about what was going on, and went to meet with Simonides, where he found out that it's been causing no end of trouble for him as well. Meanwhile, Darcy and Judge, since the traveling spell was still active, used it to go to Cephesus, where they met Vulcan, got some information about what's going on at the troops, and went to meet Barius, who was unavailable at the time. They decided to wait for Barius. Anone allowed them entrance and gave them food and drink. And as we begin, they are still waiting there.
1 second. Jeremy, did you give any thought to the question I had posed last week, or don't approach yet?
What was the question again?
How far could we push the mortals?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely increase their CR to some degree. You can also grant them specific skills. So, like, if you were to use your class ability or spell, you could grant them that specific ability or spell, as an example. So you can.
No, I knew that already, but yeah. But when I said push, if I gave him a 10th level class ability, would that empower him enough to be able to cast one cantrip or be able to imbue his creations with a +1? I mean, how far does CR
Well, if you wanted
empower?
him to be able to cast him a cantrip, you would basically give him one of your cantrip slots, and then he could cast the cantrip that you teach him.
Okay, so there's no way, even if it's a 10th level class ability, it's not going to empower him enough to have his own.
Yeah, so you're basically giving
sense.
him bits of your power, but you're not giving him a whole class or a set of class features. You're just giving him a class feature, a spell, a power boost, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know how far that would go or what it could be. I'm just curious as to what the upper limits were.
Yep, fair enough. I just realized something. Let me refresh. I just realized my background is off, so everybody can see what the session number is. This works.
It already says 60 on mine.
It doesn't on the observer, so I want to show up correctly in the video.
Okay.
There you go. Now it says 60. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Katniss. Actually, we'll go ahead and use the Katniss map for now. All right. So before we get to Judge and Darcy, Cyclonen, you had just spoken to other members of the group about your plans. Is there anything else you want to do there?
The only thing I could think of would be to maybe ask around a bit, see if I can find out where the jail is.
Okay, so you're just going to go, are you going to ask around inside, I think you're at the Keen Hawk right now, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to ask around inside the bar, or are you going to go outside? See, who are you going to ask about it?
Maybe I will ask at the bar. I'll just kind of present it as, wait, no, because everybody's going to be like, oh, of course he's at the jail.
I thought. Oh no, this isn't the town I broke into. Yeah, I don't remember where the jail is. Dang. Because did you want to scout the jail first, or are we just gonna head in and try to do visitation?
I kind of wanted to scout it, especially since I don't know where it is right now.
Very fair.
Mhm.
Well,
Well,
you
what the
know
heck? I
what?
will. I will try and ask. Just kind of with some of the various patrons.
All right, go ahead and give me a. I guess it'd be whatever a diplomacy is, or persuasion, perhaps.
Persuasion would make sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
persuasion then. All right, so with you at the 16, you go and you ask around, and you get somebody kind of look your direction and says, "Oh, you are you new? Are you one of the newer colonists?"
yes. Brought here kind of under unusual circumstances, but so I'm not familiar where everything is, and I was curious to see some of the commotion surrounding this priest that got himself into trouble.
Oh, yes, I heard about that. Well, anyway, around the Agora, if you head off, he tells you, give you some directions near the Agora, and afterward, he says, yeah, it's the particular place is pretty got pretty good security for what it is. Um, but if you go and ask, I'm sure they'll give you what information they have. I don't know if they'll allow anybody to see or not, but well, that's your business.
I am more curious about just how much trouble he got himself into. I'm curious to see if a crowd has developed.
Oh, very well. Well, good luck.
Oh. If I hear anything interesting, I'll be sure to let you know.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, I guess I'll go talk to Conglomerate, 'cause I'm pretty sure Gizzard is conveniently slunk off. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go to the innkeeper person and, I would like to get rooms for 5 people.
The innkeeper kind of looks your direction and says, "Oh, that can be arranged. Unfortunately, there's been quite a few people coming in lately, so I can only give you 2 rooms. You'll have to sleep together."
That will do.
Very well. That will be 3 Mithna per room per night.
All right. It should be for the one night for now. So I'll go ahead and hand over 6 half Mithna, so that should be 3 Mithna.
Okay. So he says, did you want the 2 rooms or just 1?
I will take both.
Okay, so it was 3 Mithna per room per night.
Oh, okay. I confused myself.
Which you do notice is a little bit more expensive than normal, but not absurd.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give him 6 more half Mithna.
All right, he takes it. And then he hands you the 2 keys.
Mm-hmm. So, I'll hold on to one right now. I'll give Gizzard the other one.
All right. Gizzard, feeling tired or something, goes up, takes the key and goes up to his room.
He's feeling blue.
Fair enough.
He is feeling blue.
So, Conglomerate, how would you like to check out the priest's accommodations?
I would love to.
All right. In that case, we will make our way over to the prison.
All right, so you make your way over there, and as you get closer, You notice that it's sort of an L structure, but there's actually a tower coming out of the elbow. And as you go through, you find that the L section is more the administrative areas, and the normal mixture of plaster and wood with some stone here and there. The tower itself, however, seems to be made entirely out of stone, and you can also see that it stands out above the nearby roof, so you can actually see the roof of the tower even before you can see the rest of the structure. So once you arrive, you have people going in and out of the L structure. There doesn't seem to be any outside entrances to the tower. So what do you do?
Actually, out curiously, outside, do I see any like angry people or anything that might have been wronged by this guy?
You do see some people kind of milling about. You do see some various priests that seem to be from different temples. You see guards outside, and you hear someone yelling, "Keep it quiet out there, or we'll move you forcefully." And then you see some priests being escorted out of the building a little bit roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. He really did piss those guys off.
If any of the priests stick around, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to them.
All right, so yeah, you do find a group of priests who are kind of just standing outside, kind of muttering. The guards staring right at them.
Excuse me, I am new to the town, but I have heard about this priest who has caused a great deal of trouble for the other temples, and was very curious as to what he had done.
Well, he used to be the head priest for the Praxedis family. I remember meeting him before with Simonides. I always thought there was a little something off about him, but before there's nothing I could do about it. Anyway, he served faithfully enough. He actually seemed to serve several of the gods, which isn't necessarily a problem by itself, especially for a head priest working with a family. But lately, some of us have noticed him starting to act strangely. And I remember asking him one day, what's going on? And he said something like he got a sign of the end times, as it were. I didn't take much notice, but then he started to rile up a crowd somehow, and he said he had the voices of the gods, and he even started to have his crowd start tearing apart a temple. I suppose to erect it for him or his god or whatever. And well, I used to work at that temple. The Temple of Athena. Now you can imagine that when you take the goddess, the patron goddess of the polis, the very people who have built this colony, and you start tearing apart their temple, well, it will not end well for you.
And it is such a strange thing anyway. I mean, there are, of course, many gods, and while some of them do not get along, others do work together in harmony. There should be no inherent reason to try to supplant any of them.
Yes, he kept claiming that the old gods were fallen and the new gods were rising. And so he wanted to cast down the edifices of the old gods. Fool, of course, but fools can sometimes get through the populace to certain members of the populace.
I wonder what would possess him to believe that the old gods have fallen. I mean, does this colony not still exist and remain prosperous?
Indeed. Our priests pray to the gods all the time. Yet we still have goods. We still have the farms. We still have good wine. The gods have not turned their back on us. Perhaps they're quieter now than they have been in recent times, but it comes and goes.
Indeed. I had forgotten. What is the name of this priest?
His name is Petron. I'll go and put it in the chat. He was once well liked, but something must have happened to him. Something changed.
It does seem that way. I mean, you would think that someone who believed in some of the things he's come to recently would have been a problem much sooner. And while I've heard of the signs and words in the sky and, and more prosperous crops, that does not seem to me to point to the death of the old gods.
If anything, it would be proof of their divine favor.
Yes, sort of a return to, paying more attention to us again. That is very curious. Well, I do thank you for your time. As an outsider, there is much I do not know of the colony, especially given the circumstances as to how I got here. But yes, I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
All of a sudden, a pause symbol appears above the NPC.
Pause. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Just when you're playing a game and you're waiting to pick the right dialogue choice and you're just standing staring at each other like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Well, I just
Yes.
wanted to know, I didn't tell him to do any of that. This isn't on me.
Well, for some reason, I believe you.
Honest. I was trying to be good. I want them to integrate. He
Yeah.
is insane.
All right.
All right, I'm back. So what do you do next, Cyclone?
Actually, I guess there's one other thing I'm gonna ask is, so I hear he is going to be executed. Where does that sort of thing happen?
Well, I think it's in 3 days. At least that's what I've heard. But yes, are you familiar with the Temple of Keranos?
Yes.
Well, outside the Temple of Keranos, overlooking on a kind of cliff face, overlooking the area below, they will hang him there. And once he is dead, there will be a funeral for him right there at the Temple of Keranos. Ultimately, that I'm sure you know, but he will be placed into a boat and burned as he is set out to sea.
Yes, I am sad to say that is a custom I have already become familiar with. I was had to deliver the bad news about Sebastian's companions, Mayon's sons.
Oh yes, that was sad indeed. Afraid I couldn't make it at the time, but I definitely knew about it and was sad to hear of the news.
It was a well done service, especially all things considered. It's always that much worse when one does not even have the benefit of having what remains of their sons there. I do feel for Mayon. How has he been? I have been performing tasks for the Alicus and Athena, so I have not been able to keep up on the local politics. I have heard a little bit about the Proxilus family and Simonides in particular, but what has the situation been with Mayon?
He has been surprisingly quiet as of late. I don't know what he is thinking or doing. Although I would not be surprised if there was still political fallout to be seen in the future.
Yes.
I do know that there has been some less cooperation between the families than there has been in the past, but that is the extent of it.
Well, I could see where it would be a difficult time, and one does not heal easily from such wounds, but I am sure given enough time that eventually things will be as usual again.
Perhaps. And then he sees the guards come out, and he sees he kind of looks around. You can see the other priests are kind of angry, yelling around as you guys were talking, trying to hear each other. And then finally, he says, "I should probably convince these people to leave with me. There's nothing they can do here. It was nice speaking with you."
Likewise, I tip my hat to you.
And then you can see the priest you're talking to start speaking to the other priests who are angrily yelling and trying to calm them down. So while that was going on, Conglomerate, what were you doing? You said you were with them, right?
Yes.
Were you just there listening, or are you wandering off? What are you doing?
I was half listening, but mainly I was looking at entrances and exits. When the guards are coming in and out, who's watching them? Are there multiple doors for them to move people if there's like problems? Like I'm just trying to get a breakdown of what this place is so that if we need to do
So
something.
from what you're able to see, like I said, there's essentially three parts to the building. Sorry about the yelling. There's basically three parts to the building. There's the L section is essentially two parts, and at the elbow is the stone tower. It seems like the only entrances to the stone tower are through the other building parts, although you can't see them from where you are.
Sure.
And you can see that there are. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Maybe you're gonna need that kennel cage for Gotti.
That's just more normal squabbling. And all that's going to do is cause him to bark right down here.
Okay. Oh, did you see that Discord message I sent?
Yes, you wanted to reload your spell crystals.
Oh, right. Okay, so when we get back to Cepazos, I couldn't remember. It was something.
Yeah, that's the only other pending thing I have in there. The other thing was the going back to the Shrine Panurin, doing that offering plate thing.
Yeah. Okay, that too. Almost forgot.
All right, I'm back. Anyway, Conglomerate, it looks like the first part of the building where you guys are, there's two entrances, and then the other part is kind of mostly out of view, but you suspect it'll have at least one entrance. And
This
you can
tower.
see both entrances are guarded by guards, although one of the entrances seems to be the guards not letting anybody through. The other entrance, you can see people going in and out, and you can see which you suspect is the public entrance. And the public entrance is a double door situation. Doors are open, and then there's just guards, and then people going in and out, and there seems to be some sort of waiting area or lobby on the inside.
Interesting. Okay. And then the tower itself, are there any windows or bars or?
There are windows, but they're all very small.
Mhm.
So they let sunlight in. You can see out of them, but they're too small to crawl in and out of, or at least for a
Gotcha.
person.
Almost like a portcullis type of
Yeah.
deal, or not a portcullis, but you know what I mean, like the wall
And
stuff.
the roof of the tower is sloped. You don't see any hatches or any evidence of entrances from that way. Um,
Interesting.
and yeah, like you said, no doors on the outside.
Yeah, this place is kind of locked down. Hmm.
All right, so your conversation ends, Cyclonid. So you and Conglomerate are together. You can see the Conglomerate's been kind of looking around. So what do you guys do?
Hmm. Well, it's interesting that this priest seems to have gone as crazy as he did.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's up with that. Honestly, yeah, I don't feel like he got any of that from us. I think this is happening separately from the things that ever any of the interactions we had with him. I'm uh I'm almost wondering, do you think that do you think that that other family has something to do with this? That he maybe wanted to make Simonides look poor in the public eye and was feeding his head priest delusions even before we got there?
It is an interesting insight. That is quite possible. I mean, Mayon does have reason to, well, believes that he has reason to hold a grudge for the Praxilus family, and what a better way to try to sabotage them by manipulating someone who was once close.
Yeah, because Simonides, didn't you mention Simonides said that people are blaming him for this?
Indeed.
Hmm, that is concerning. Because this craziness did kind of seem to, I don't want to say come out of nowhere, because he was a little fervent, but didn't have any plans of violence, at least when I was speaking with him. So it's very strange. I wonder if there was some outside influence. But also, I don't know if you've been looking at this prison. It is pretty locked down. We can either go in and out through the front door, which we can do if we're just going to go try to talk to him. The only way in and out, if we wanted to perform some type of advanced, well, you know what I mean. I was thinking, even though Gizzard's feeling a little lethargic, we might be able to get him to cast Reduce onto me, and then I could climb up the side of the tower and in through one of the openings in my shrunken state.
Hmm. Wonder how effectively he could reduce you. I mean, it may not even be necessary to climb.
That's true.
Well, actually. Perhaps we should investigate these in the evening.
Sure.
Looking at the tower, I assume it's got fairly narrow windows, but open to the air like much of the other ones.
Yeah, exactly. They're too small to crawl through as a person, even a small person. But there's no glass or anything.
Yeah.
We could always just talk to him through the window.
Yes, but we would have to yell pretty loudly, or at least be hanging on the side.
Yeah,
Which
that would draw some attention during the daytime, and honestly, probably during the nighttime too. I get the feeling security's pretty tight here.
undoubtedly, especially since I have a feeling this is probably the highest profile crime that has been committed here in quite some time. This is, not your common thief, for instance.
Yeah, not at all.
Well, how about this? I will take to the skies and I will see if I can spot this individual. it would certainly help if we knew where we needed to try to get to instead of disturbing every single prisoner in this building.
Sure.
Okay, well, I have recently gained an ability that might help with these, so. Alright, so that being the case, what I am going to do is. Actually, let me take a look here. Where the hell is it? It's a second level spell, isn't it?
So just so everybody's aware, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, it's getting toward evening, but it's still fairly bright outside.
Well, do you think? Do you want to investigate now just to see? I mean, I suppose I could do this by myself, but perhaps it would not be a bad idea for you to figure out how easy it is to actually climb the tower.
Yeah. If you don't think I'd slow you down, then I'd love to come.
Well, in that case, why not? Let us talk to Gizzard. Wait a minute. Enlarge reduce only lasts for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, we do not need Gizzard for this. However, what if no one could see you?
That would be fun.
Well, in that case, let us find somewhere quiet.
Okay,
Alright.
so you go off away from the prison, and then down the normal alleys and stuff. You can find a place that's fairly quiet.
All right. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the both of us invisible. The only drawback is you will not be able to attack anybody or cast spells without the effect dissipating. So as
Okay.
long as you remain passive and refrain from magical spells, then all should be well.
Alright.
All right. So, and then what I will do is I will turn into a bird. And then I will fly around and look in the windows. I will try to get close to you and guide you telepathically as the. Oh no, I can't do that because we're invisible. Well,
Telepathy break invisibility?
no, it's more the issue that you can communicate. Well, at least in my case, I'm pretty sure it's somebody that I can see, but let me verify that.
Oh, somebody you can see. Well, let me look at my telepathy. I think mine just is like a broadband radio signal. I just shoot it.
Yeah,
out.
I can speak telepathically to any creature I can see within 60 feet of me.
I think mine is just thoughts mentally to willing creatures. Oh no, you can see. Yeah, I have to see them too. Okay.
Very well. Well, in that case, perhaps I should. Well, we will both try separately here, and just remember to be done within an hour, and then we can reconvene probably at this alley, and then return to the Keen Hawk.
Okay.
So we should meet here by 6:32 or 6:30, close enough.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to cast some invisibility here.
Okay.
I
I mean, you guys already looked for a kind of secluded area, which is fine. When you cast it, you turn into your demigod form. Although it sounds like you're gonna polymorph anywhere, change shape anyway, so it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I mean we're invisible, so it's not like anybody can see that we're in our godly forms, or that I am.
Right.
Actually, I suspect Conglomerate will want to get into his deliberately to climb easier.
Yes.
Right, because just being turned invisible by someone else isn't gonna change him. So yeah, he could deliberately do it.
All right, and since it's not a spell, I'm going to go ahead and wild shape into a bird and take flight, and probably start at the top of the tower and work my way down.
Okay, so you're looking for so you're gonna go to each window and look inside, or what are you doing?
Yes, actually, a hummingbird would be perfect for this. So yeah, I'll just kind of Yeah, I'll flit around and then just look in the window, see who's there. Basically, just figure out which one he's in.
All right. And meanwhile, Conglomerate, you're climbing from the bottom.
I'm gonna climb from the bottom and just check each window and keep working my way up until I see them.
All right. So you do have a climbing speed, so that goes in your favor. The
Mhm.
tower stonework seems to be designed against, basically to make climbing difficult. So what I'm going to have you do is give me an athletics check to see if you're able to find footholds and all that. If you're able to find, if you succeed, then you just have to make the one roll and we won't worry about it. If you fail, then it'll be too hard for you to climb.
Okay. Oh, well, that's not what I
The
wanted
DC
to
is
happen.
15. Unfortunately, you got a 1, so you almost couldn't fail, but you did anyway.
I
So-
know I'm really good at climbing. I was totally not worried about it, but all right.
Anyway, so yeah, you go to climb, and the surface is surprisingly smooth, and the gaps in the stones, you're actually impressed with how little room there is to get anything in there. Yeah, without actually having noticeably breaking the stonework, it looks like you're not able to climb it.
All right. That kind of makes it more difficult, but I guess then I will just hang out. I'll still try to make the most out of this invisibility, and I will. Oh, do I want to do that?
So, I mean, you have a few options. You could try sneaking into the building
Yeah, that's what I'm
itself.
considering. I kind of want to wait for the guards to open and close some doors and maybe pop into the building and just take a peek around.
All right. So you're gonna wait for somebody to open the door or something, and then
Yep, and just try
go
to slip
kind of
in.
sneak in.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check then.
This, I should have advantage because I'm invisible.
That's right.
Okay, well, hopefully I don't.
Hopefully you don't get yours.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, it's gonna happen. I got 3 ones.
No. Okay, you're able to sneak in to the building. I'm assuming you went through the private entrance, or did you go through the public entrance?
No, private
Okay,
entrance.
so you get in the private entrance. So you're behind the lobby already, and you see a hallway kind of going, going deeper into the building. And behind you, you can see doors that eventually lead off to the lobby. And then, of course, you see doors, each, along the hallway. So what do you do?
So
Are you
this
going
doorway.
deeper in the building? Or are you going through the side doors? Or are you going back to the lobby?
I'm gonna go deeper into the building.
Okay. So eventually you make your way down the hall, and eventually you kind of get into the back part where you can see like a stone wall that you think is probably from the tower itself. You can see that the door into the tower is currently guarded by 2 guards, and you can also see that there's a lock on the door. And you can see that one of the guards has a visible key ring with keys on it.
Oh man. Okay. Maybe he'll open it. I'm gonna wait here for like 5-10 minutes and see if he ever opens the door and try to. I'll dart in if he does, but I'm just gonna see if they have any like routine or what they do.
Okay, so you're gonna wait for somebody else to go through. Okay, got it. All right, so we'll park you there for 10 minutes, and we'll figure out if that happens. Meanwhile, Cyclonin, you're flying around the tower, and you're basically stopping in at each window from the top down, looking for the familiar face to the priest. Correct?
Yes.
All right, and it takes you about 5 minutes to do so, but eventually you do find the priest. He's about halfway up the tower. So you kind of pop in. You can see, just barely see part of his face as he's kind of sitting in his cell. You can see that there's a wooden kind of plank for laying on with with some basic blanket chained to the wall. You can see a bucket. You can already tell from the smell that he's used the bucket, and you can see that in general it looks like they haven't been treating him particularly well. So what do you do?
Telepathically to him, the gods demand answers.
He looks up and he starts looking around to see if he can spot anything. You are not a bumblebee, but
A hummingbird.
Yeah, he doesn't even seem to really notice the hummingbird.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd still be invisible, so.
Oh, well, yeah, there
Yeah.
you go then. So you can see him looking around the room, but he's not talking.
What has brought this fate upon you?
He continues to look around. If someone wishes to speak to me, they need to appear in front of me.
All in due time. Despite your predicament, perhaps you may yet be blessed by the gods. And I think I'll, well, actually, on looking in through the cell, his door, is it solid or does it have a window, grates, anything like that?
It's solid. There's a metal door, and in the metal door, there's like a small barred window.
All right, that should probably be enough. A hummingbird should fit through it, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and just fly through the cell, look around a bit, basically on that level, see if I spot any guards or anything.
You do see kind of like a long hallway. You can see different cells off of that hallway. You're fairly close to the end of one side of the hallway. You can kind of see a door behind you, maybe 5 feet away, and you can see that there's a guard standing next to that door. And then down at the end of the hallway, you can see a guard standing near that door.
How much activity do I hear in general, if any? Like, as far as any other prisoners?
It's fairly quiet. In fact, you don't hear any other prisoners, at least not in this hall.
All right.
You do notice, however, actually, since you're looking around the hallway, that the guard near the door has taken notice of has clearly taken notice of the priest talking to something, and is looking at the door. And you kind of see, it looks like he's deciding whether to get up and go check it out or not.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Well, go ahead and fly back through the cell, and go outside and wait a little bit and see if anything happens with the guards.
Okay. So another 5 minutes passes, and Conglomerate, you'd see a guard kind of walk past you toward the door and start talking to the other guards. And as you're listening, you kind of hear, "Well, it's my turn for a shift change," and it's like, all right, and you can hear him starting to unlock, one of the guards starting to unlock the door, and he kind of opens it up for the guard that's walking down the hall to go through. So what do you do?
I think I will try to sneak in after. So I waited for about 10 minutes and
Yeah.
then these people came. So probably like a 10 or 20-minute guard shift, hopefully. I don't want to have to sneak my way out of here. Trapped behind that door. But I wouldn't know that Cyclonen has found him, so I would probably want to go through.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak through. So they said that you said they were opening the door, right?
Yeah. So you're trying to follow the first guard kind of going in, or you're trying to get out in front of them.
I'll follow him in. They're probably not trying to hit him with the door, so I should just be able to sneak
All
behind
right.
him.
So you go to follow him, and almost as soon as he passes by, you notice that the other guard starts closing the door, almost like he's closing the door right behind him.
Oh my god.
So the door is quickly pressing against you. What do you do?
Okay, give me a second. Um,
Tell her we're still having the game. Sorry, what were you doing?
I am trying to find something to
Oh, okay.
do.
No problem.
I think I just have to like. So is the door like closing on me,
Yeah,
or is
so
it closing
basically
in front of
you
me?
got the guard who went through the door, and then
Mhm.
you kind of went right behind the guard, and then
Mhm.
they're trying to close the door basically right as the guard goes through, kind of like following them in with the door. So
Mhm.
uh, the danger is the door may, of course, not either knock you into the guard in front of you, or you may cause resistance that they don't expect as they're trying to close the door. So what do you do?
Um. Interesting. Can I? This would be probably another athletic/climbing check. Instead of, because I assume the guard is right in front of me, so I wouldn't really be able to dive in front. Can I like? No.
I mean, it is roughly a 3 foot wide door opening, so there is a little bit
Okay.
of room for maneuvering. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah. Mm. I don't think I can risk it. I don't want them to notice me, so I will just try to like kind of jump backwards and pass the door back into the room instead of going
Okay, so you're
through.
gonna jump back. You're gonna jump backward to try to get it out of the way of the door rather than go
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead and
just
give
not
me
gonna
a
work.
acrobatics check.
Mm, I'm not the best, but hopefully it'll work. Oh, it's being weird and not letting me roll again. Why does this
Oh,
always happen?
if you go to your character, the person's thing, and then go to conglomerate, and then you click on, is your sheet not come up?
It's just, I think it's my connection to the server.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to roll it for you then?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay, so you got a 16, which was good enough for a DC 15. So you kind of, quickly jump backward out of the way. The door slams shut, but you're still outside the door.
Mm-hmm. I think that this one is gonna be a bust. So I'm gonna go back and try to go through those side doors before my invisibility runs out, and then once I explore some of the side rooms, I'll head back out to the alleyway.
All right, so I'll knock off another 10 minutes. So you're back out in the alleyway. Cyclonen, you've exited the room with the jail cell. The priest has gone quiet. You haven't seen any evidence of the guard showing up. So what do you do?
You are familiar with monstrous forms. No.
You see him now.
We shall return. Be prepared for the unexpected. And I go ahead and fly off to the meeting place.
All right. So as you fly off, where do you go?
The meeting place. The alley where we started all this.
Okay. So you show up in the alley. It's been 20 minutes so far, and you see Conglomerate there. Well, actually, you don't see Conglomerate there. Conglomerate, you're standing in the alley, and are you doing anything to make yourself known? Or are you just standing there hidden invisible?
What would I be doing to make myself known?
Yeah, so the
if there's
question is,
nobody,
you're both invisible, so how
No,
do
yeah,
you
no.
and Cyclonan expect to find each other?
No, yeah. If there's like some piece of like trash in the alleyway and there's nobody around, I'll just be kind of moving it back and forth.
Okay, so Cyclonan, you see some trash moving around on its own.
I'm going to go ahead and break wild shape.
Okay.
Still invisible, though. And just speaking aloud. Conglomerate?
Yep, I'm over here. I'll stop.
Well,
moving
not
the
that I'd hear
trash.
that if you can only speak telepathically.
Oh, yeah. I'll just move the trash up and down.
Although I guess if he were to change back into his avatar form, that would...
That would technically
able
make me be able to use a mouth.
Yeah. But I'm going to assume that you probably didn't think of that.
No, definitely not.
Conglomerate, if you are here, pick up that... Actually, what kind of trash is there in the alley?
It's like some torn cloth, some broken bottles, some wood fragments, clay fragments, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reach down and pick up one of the bigger broken bottles. Conglomerate, if you are here, take these from me.
Take the bottle.
Perfect. In what form are you? Oh, yeah, actually, he's not going to be able to say. Well, this was a quiet alley, so I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss the invisibility.
Okay. I'm still in my god form right now.
And I guess I would have been given the time frame on this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're both demigod forms at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let us focus on blending back in.
Yep. Let's change back into human.
Okay. So another 10 minutes passes as you guys hang out in the alley and transform into your avatar forms. Just as Conglomerate finishes, you notice either this kid kind of runs down into the alley, and you can see several kids, kind of bigger kids, chasing him, and he kind of runs into you, Conglomerate. Hey! And then he tries to get around you.
Okay.
And then the bigger kids show up. I know you're in here. And then they see you. And they're like, never mind. And they kind of just wander off. And you see this kid kind of at the end of the alley, it kind of ends it just ends at a wall. And then you kind of see him hiding behind some trash at the end of the alley.
Hello, young one. What were they trying to do?
He pops out and he says, "Oh, they went away? Oh, nothing. They're just some friends of mine."
So what did you steal?
I didn't steal anything. And you
All
see
right.
that he starts kind of edging along the alley trying to get out, but you notice both of his hands are behind his back.
Yeah, I could tell. You don't just come running into an alleyway if you haven't stolen something. Don't pretend like I haven't lived this life.
He looks
So,
at
what
you.
did you take?
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. And he tries to squeeze past you.
All right, I'm just gonna
You
grab
must
the hand
understand,
here.
young one. You know, we have been around for a while. We understand these things.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm
You
just
know.
curious.
I didn't steal anything, and he's trying to get past you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just grab his
Please
hands.
tell me what happened. I'm trying to persuade him to.
Okay, you do your
All right,
thing
go ahead and
first.
give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And he's like, fine. And he sits down and he pulls his hands out. You can see a sack, a small sack in one hand, and an apple or something like that in the other. And he says, "Well, I was hungry, and well, while I was at it, I kind of I need the money."
Sure.
Now, it is odd though. This part makes sense, but why did they not want to? Why were they intimidated by the presence of us? Why did they not try to assert their property rights?
I don't know. I know they get in trouble a lot with the guards, and so that's kind of why I took stuff from them because I didn't think they would go to the guards.
Stealing from thieves. That's good stuff.
That is very clever.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, one of them saw me and they started chasing me, and they came to hide. But unfortunately, they kind of saw me, and then you were here, and well, you know what happened.
Sure.
Tell me, do you have family here?
Yeah, but we live in a poor area. It's it's outside the walls.
Hmm. Well, you know what they say. Give a man a fish, eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, eats for the rest of his life. Try to sneak up on me. Let's get this going. I'm gonna turn around and walk to the end of the hallway or the alleyway.
You want me to sneak up on you and do
Yep.
what?
Try to take something off of me. You can have any of the money you can take off of me.
Okay. So he sneaks up. With a 15, let's look at what's your perception here. Your perception. So with your passive of 17, you do hear him as he kind of approaches you. He's fairly quiet, but you can still detect him.
Okay. Well, I'll turn around when I hear him and say, "Not quite." And then I'm gonna try and mentor him a little bit and be like, "So when you're walking on stone pathways, you have to watch out for stepping on these areas." And just like, I'm gonna try and teach him how to sneak a little bit better.
Okay.
Now, conglomerate.
Hmm.
There is some value in these, and I'm not going to tell you not to do this, but we might want to consider that the such arts tend to be rather unforgiving, as he has already learned. Perhaps, well, he clearly has some potential. Perhaps should try to channel him towards different pursuits. Now, young one, I will not take your items from you, and I will not tell your family what you have done. But perhaps this is an opportunity. There are many great things that will be happening in the near future. And The people willing to look towards the future of the betterment of others may find themselves blessed. That could be you, that could be your family.
As you finish talking, you hear a light snoring. And you notice the guy's kind of slumped up in the corner, obviously exhausted.
Crap, I know I am boring, but it usually takes more than 20 seconds.
I don't know. You get kind of monologue-y sometimes.
Well, if he has fallen asleep due to the stress, let us take him to the inn. We'll talk to him. Perhaps I'll learn a bit more about his family, and
Yeah, we
maybe
could
there is something we can do to help.
Yeah, I was gonna give him some money.
And we certainly do not want to leave him here now that the others know where to find him.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take him out of here.
Alright, so you guys carry him back to the inn?
Yep.
Along
On the way in, I'll go ahead and order a meal for him.
Okay, so you do that, and you kind of, get him. You take him upstairs. You feed him out in the, or wake him up to feed him in the common room.
We'll let him get his nap in and then feed him when he wakes up.
Okay, so yeah, you guys go upstairs. Meanwhile, we're gonna switch over to Sepazes.
Okay.
Eventually. Oh yeah, let me move this thing. You guys were waiting for Barius, so we're gonna go there. And One was entertained, basically with you guys. This is Darcy and Judge, and Barius does wind up arriving. By the time he arrives, you have maybe half an hour left on, or probably a little more than that left on your spell. But you do have enough time for a big conversation. So Barius arrives, and
if
he's
we were
told that you're waiting there. So he walks up to you guys and he says, "Welcome."
If we were waiting for a while for him to arrive,
Yeah.
could we have talked to Anone?
Sure. You want to do that? Sure. So I'm gonna
Yeah, just
hide him again.
quickly.
So before he arrives, you start talking to None. So what do you say?
Miss Anone, how has the life in the city been treating you since the last we've met?
Sorry, say that last part again.
How has the life in the city been treating you since last we met?
Well, not bad. Barius has been busy dealing with the Archon and also dealing with business concerns. I've been helping out as I can, of course. But yeah, otherwise it's been going well. We haven't heard anything from Mayon in quite a while, or his family. So. And so I know Sebastian will be coming back here at some point in the near future. So yeah, that's about it.
Do you mind if I ask you from a woman's point of view? I mean, you have a certain intuition and knowledge about these things. I've generally come to know. What might your opinion be of the Archon? How do you feel about him? Is he a good man, or perhaps?
The Archon is stern, but he always seems to have had the well-being of the pace in mind. Sometimes he can be stubborn, and certainly some people do not appreciate when he takes some actions that he thinks is for the betterment of the city, but interferes with their convenience, such as when the city, when Zepezus was locked down, when we had those kidnappings and the various issues not too long ago. But
Yes, I remember that.
but I'm sure that he does it for the good of the of Zepezus. He doesn't. He isn't, a tyrant. He just does what he thinks needs to be done.
So, so he may be stern, but you are thinking he is a good man and not overly focused on achieving power for personal reasons.
I haven't really seen him try to gain more power for himself. He seems to be more focused on the city than he is on his own desires.
Ah, okay. Well, I was very curious. I appreciate you speaking with me candidly. If there is anything else you might have, after all, we are to meet this man in a few days. I just want to make sure I am prepared for who I might be meeting. If there's any advice you might be willing to give?
The Archon?
Well, we have an appointment to speak with him in a few days' time, yes.
Oh, you do? I was not aware of that.
Well,
I had
is
heard
there
that he was meeting with someone called Darcy.
Miss Darcy.
I believe. But I was not aware that you were. She kind of passed her forehead. I understand now. Why does she call her? Whatever. I understand.
It's a flair for the dramatic. It inspires the imagination.
She kind of looks at
Exactly.
Darcy. And she kind of sighs. It's like, okay.
It's a persona, like performers. They have performing names sometimes versus their normal names. It's only that.
I see.
But, is there any more advice you might be willing to share for us to be prepared for said meeting?
Well, one thing I would suggest is that the Archon is somewhat of a stickler for regulation. So
Oh, fully.
that may be involved. But the other thing is, I think he is smarter than more aware than people give him credit for. So if he might believe or even know some of the things you've done, and he may actually be using this as an excuse to call you for that reason.
That is what was concerning me, because I do know your husband, an excellent, good, honorable man, has been telling the Archon at least a little bit about us. But I'm sure you understand the need for secrecy in our group, as not to put the others we care about, such as you and your family, at unnecessary risk. So I
Yes,
just wanted to make sure if you are trusting your husband fully with this.
I see. Yes, I believe I am confident that Barius would do the right thing.
But I know he would do the right thing. I wanted to make sure that the Archon would also feel this way.
Well, what I mean by that is that I trust Barius' trust in the Archon.
Okay. Thank you very much. If there's anything else, please feel free to come speak.
Of course. So you have your
Unless
conversation
Darcy
with-
had,
Oh, go ahead.
unless Darcy had anything to ask, I think that's it for her.
Okay, Darcy, is there anything you were saying?
To the wife, not really. She's kind of just overhearing certain things. She's not really in, I'd say, the direct no like the husband is, and also Darcy doesn't want to like overcomplicate things and bring too many people into something that the less people know, the better for us.
Fair
Well,
enough.
we already know that she knows about us because her and Barnes
Yeah.
are there together. So
Exactly,
I would
but she
just-
only knows stuff that we spoke to her in and what he knows and might reveal to her as the husband. She doesn't want to involve her any more than we have to, just for her own sake.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
but we can also assume that Barius has probably told his wife at least most of what's going on. I mean,
At
husband's
least
greatest
enough for
confidant
her
is
to
his
be
wife.
aware of us being
Yeah.
guests with priority.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, we can go back to fast forwarding to
All right.
Darius.
So Marius arrives. It's around 6 in the evening, and as he arrives, you can see him talking to the servant on the way in. So he's already expecting you to be here, and he says, "Welcome. Surprised to see you two here today. Where's everybody else?"
Yes. They are still handling business in Catanese, but we had a few errands to take care of, and I wanted to come see you and say hello. You know, how are you being? And I give him a good, hand on the shoulder greeting.
I am well. We've been busy. There have been reports lately of creatures from the sea. There have been reports lately of it's hard to believe, but giant flying insects, similar to what you
Mhm.
described in the past. And of course, all the things that you've spoken to us about. So, as I've been slowly preparing the Archon for what is to come, and he's taken action to improve our military situation. We need
Yes,
more
that is
troops,
one.
we need more equipment, we need more training, and so he has begun that work in earnest. But there
Yes,
will be.
that is something.
Sorry, go ahead.
That is something I was wanting specifically to ask you. I know that our friend Vulcan is very, very busy now making weapons of war, and there was concern that they were being made for the wrong reasons.
I see.
Can I put
Well,
those concerns to
hopefully the
rest?
troops aren't needed, but feel assured that it is against no other humans, no other people here. It is against the things that come.
Ah, okay. That definitely helps put my mind at ease.
After all, we are all part of the same colony, and
Yes.
technically, Katniss is the capital for the colony. Palamani would be our next largest city, and so in that way, we are actually roughly third in line when it comes to resources and the size of the city and so forth. But we have more resources available than some of the other towns, especially with the vineyards and the logging nearby.
Yes.
Although there are some mining efforts going on in various other places. But anyway, suffice to say, we do have a fairly decent concentration of people here due to
yes.
the vineyards and other things. So we want to take advantage of that to supplement the forces available in other areas.
Okay. And supplementing the forces available, tooling up for being able to have more of a military presence. I understand this all.
Yeah,
You have helped put my mind at ease some.
If we
But
need
just
to
one
fight
more.
against whatever it is coming from the sea, or these bug creatures, or we've even heard of, he does some air quotes, bandits, but there are disturbing rumors of what those bandits might really be. Suffice it to
Yes.
say, there are threats from every direction, even though most people don't seem to be aware of them.
Yes, I understand this. And that does help put my mind greatly at ease with why the tooling for war. I suppose there was one more thing I wanted to be asking you. You said you were slowly preparing the Archon for what was
Yes,
to come.
the Archon, he's a good man, but he is old and he is set in his ways, and it is difficult to convince him of certain things. But I have made headway.
Now-
Well, obviously, otherwise we would not see this kind of action. And
Now, convincing him of certain things is one thing. I wonder how much he is already expecting of us.
yes, he does know of you, and he is aware that Darcinia is really, and he gestures toward Darcy, is really her. And although my understanding is that you're going in with her being the leader, which is fine.
Well, not the leader, the spokesperson, the spokeswoman, whichever. It was her that he asked to speak with.
Yes.
But I was curious as to how much he knew of us as people doing deeds, or to
he
our
believes
more true
that
nature.
you are champions of the gods.
Oh,
Excellent.
interesting.
That is
Thank
how
you.
I've been able to convince him to act on the warnings you've given, and it has helped that we have seen signs from it elsewhere to to add credence to what you have said.
Has the Temple of Messina not contacted the Archon?
There, you mean, or do you mean Katniss?
No, the one here in town, the temple here
Oh,
in town.
yes. He has.
They have a blue roof, I believe.
Yes. I do not know if they've contacted him or not, to be honest.
We were contracted to do some work to make a certain scientific expedition safe. And upon returning, we did turn over certain items which would compel even the most doubting as to the validity of our claims. I'm surprised they did not contact the Archon to inform him of such evidence.
They might have, but I have not heard either way. But when you meet him, you can certainly inquire.
Okay. And I do appreciate your candor and your caution in saying as little as possible about us.
Of course. Do you wish to stay for dinner?
I would love to, but we cannot. We are on a very tight schedule and must fly now before we cannot do so today.
Very well.
It is
Then,
getting late.
It was good speaking to you, and please come by next time you are in the town.
Very good speaking to you too, my friend, and we definitely will. Your hospitality is always heartwarming. And I give him a good double grip on the shoulders, manly, military goodbye, and then it's
He
like,
goes to
shall we
shake your
fly,
hand
Darcy?
and everything as you're doing that.
Yep, I'm going to shake his hand too. And just as that's done, I turn and say, so Darcy, shall we fly before we can no longer do so today?
Might as well, otherwise it'll be the long way back.
Do not wish for the long way back.
I'm sure we
Turn
could
into
make it
mist.
out. Right there in front of him?
We turn into mist right in front of him, and out
Yes.
the window we go.
He
Oh my
looks
God,
at you with a raised eyebrow. Then he just shrugs.
Right, it's like,
Hope you have
meh,
no-
godlings, whatever.
I hope we do have enough time because if the spell kills out early, we're literally gonna fall in the water.
That's fine. I'll just turn into a whale and float my way back. I'll just
Well,
Jonah. It's fine. We'll Jonah our way there. You can sit in my mouth.
no, you do make it back. You know, the spell's kind of like puttering out just as you arrive. All right, so it's about 6:30. You've just arrived in Katniss. What are you gonna do?
All right. I guess we're gonna go to stretch and decide. Let's see. I believe they were at the Raven. Was it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Were we
It was
meeting
not the rowdy
again?
place. The Keen Hawk, I believe. It was not the rowdy place. Let us go check there.
What are
I
we
don't
checking
necessarily need
for?
loud.
Okay.
What?
What are we checking for?
We are meeting up with Cyclone and Conglomerate Gizzard, you know.
Oh,
Peoples. Our peoples. Was there something else you were thinking of doing?
I don't know. Looking for another
Well.
opportunity for publicity stunt. Anything else?
Well, if that is what you wish to do. How late is it getting?
It's about 6:30, so the sun's starting to go down, but it's not dark yet, but it's definitely evening.
Well, if that is what you wish to do, perhaps we can have an early morning of it. I will be at your service. We have very little pressing engagement that we can accomplish without missing our appointments. So let's see what we shall be doing tomorrow, or do you really wish to do this tonight?
It would be better in the morning.
Sorry, say that again?
It would be better in the morning.
Okay. Well then, I guess the key knock. Leave us see if we can find our compatriots.
All right, so you arrive at the Keen Hawk. You can see that there's a few people drinking in the common room. You can see the innkeeper behind the bar. However, you don't see your friends anywhere.
Kind of close my eyes and just think about Gavel. Gavel, where are you, my friend? Are you still keeping an eye on the two children?
So, where did you leave Gavel? Was he hanging out with somebody?
I left.
He was watching
left-
Gizzard and Conglomerate, but they split up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so which
yeah, I
one
left-
would he stayed with then?
I'm gonna go ahead and say he stayed with. Here.
It makes sense if he stayed with Gizzard because that would be the unsupervised one, whereas at least Conglomerate leaving would have been with me. Plus,
In that
once we
case,
turned
that's-
invisible, he would have lost his line of sight anyway.
In that case, yeah, he's still following Gizzard.
Okay, so
But yeah,
Gizzard's upstairs in a room. You can see like beds and whatnot. In fact, there's only 2 rooms. So, was there anybody else with Gizzard in his room?
I would only guess Tavros.
No, I'm asking Conglomerate and.
If we
Cyclone.
only have 2 rooms, I'd probably be up there. Or are we grabbing dinner right now? I forget.
We could have. Well, we probably could come back down for it. I'll just grab something for the kid on the way in.
Yeah.
But I figure that Conglomerate, Cyclonin, and Gizzard would probably be in the same room.
Okay, so that's what your familiar sees then.
Okay. They are upstairs already. I believe they have accommodations for us.
Under what
Shall
name?
we go? What about El Gato?
All right, he tells you how to get there.
All right. Well, I kind of already knew because, my familiar can give me directions, but I was just telling Darcy.
Yeah,
Like, well,
fair
they've
enough.
already got rooms for us upstairs. Shall we go, or is there anything you would be liking first?
I will be fine.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and head upstairs and come up to the door and see if it's locked. Chinky chinky.
Is it locked?
I guess probably, given
We have a
our
key.
usual security stuff too.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, you hear.
I'll go walk
Hello?
over to the door and open it.
Okay. I was trying to do the shave and a haircut, but it wouldn't tap out right on my mic. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah. How are you doing?
we have a visitor, but otherwise things have gone reasonably well. We did find where the priest is. It's not especially easy to access, but should be manageable for individuals with our capabilities.
Excellent. Are you any closer to establishing his innocence or guilt?
Well, he's definitely
Hmm.
guilty, but
It is more about motive than act.
yeah.
Yes. His motivations.
Well, given the circumstances, I did not want to overextend myself.
Yes. Well, we have commissioned an amazing suit of armor for Mr. Sebastian. He should look very royal and leaderly in such armor. And we did stop and talk to Varius about the Archon. And I believe we need not be as fearful as I had once thought about him having knowledge of us. He believes we are champions, but does not know our true nature. And he is not tooling for war, merely to defend against the greater things like Goatlings, Zerg, and even the Kraken.
So he's
So,
preparing for war then.
Yeah, it's
Yes, but at least it's not with other humans for petty power. This is something good.
Yes, although that is to be expected. These people are already in a position of power, but I suppose additional reinsurance is always welcome.
Yes.
So anyway, as far as our guest, this conglomerate and I were completing our little investigation. We happened to stumble across this child who was being chased by other children who fears that he has taken something from them, but given that these children did not want to assert any claim on the items, I believe that they do not have a lawful claim to the items either.
What what were stolen?
An apple and some coins. Did not bother to count them, but he does have family on the island, but they are apparently, one of the less prosperous families.
Of course. Stealing from thieves.
Yes, I have to
Irony
admit
is-
the child is clever in that. He did state
Yes.
that he figured they would be less likely to report the crime, so...
That is true. Perhaps perhaps there's a career in the legal cleric for this one.
Yeah, you can see that the boy is currently sleeping wherever Conglomerate put him down.
How old is the kid?
He looks like he's probably around 8.
Hmm.
So, yes, you'll want to be careful of your possessions, but
He's not that good yet. I'm working on it.
What is your plan with this child?
Yeah. Confidence is
Mm,
underwhelming.
I plan to take him back to his family, probably tomorrow, maybe tonight, if depending on when he wakes up.
Just out of curiosity, then, did you have any plans for excitement tonight, or are we just getting some rest until the morning?
I think tomorrow night would be better for that, and then it will have time. We will have time to discuss the situation. I am not especially prepared for, such events.
Ah, speaking of tooling up, if you're not overly busy tonight, could you perhaps grant me the favor of a couple of Druid's fireballs? And I hand you 2 blue gems.
I will not be
Later
able
on,
to do
before
that.
sleep.
I will not be able to do that tonight. I will have to prepare that spell first.
Okay, well, when you are able to get it, I would appreciate it. I thought tonight would be best if it was just a early night and a early morning.
In fact, I was actually planning to prepare the spell since it can be a useful distraction. But
Excellent.
I will not be ready until tomorrow.
Well, thank you. At least you are aware. Yeah, Miss Darcy has some ideas for tomorrow too. So, if what you might be planning is later tomorrow evening, I believe.
It is likely. I would not want to speak with him in the daytime.
All right. Well,
Much
I believe we
attention.
have some. We might have some other business in the morning with Miss Darcy. I will I will let you choose the path here, Miss Darcy. You can make arrangements for the morning.
Since we just became in possession of a large amount of coppers, I thought a good way to get rid of them was another publicity stunt.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Well, focusing on these settlements outside the city walls might be a way to ensure that goes to the people who need it most.
Oh, so you think, well, we have done this type of thing in the city here and in the city at Catanese, correct? Perhaps going to the outlying
I mean,
towns would be.
Cepazos.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cepazos. That's no, we're in Cantonese. Sorry, blah. Cepazos in here. Perhaps yes. Going to the smaller villages would be good.
Of
What do you
course.
think, Mister? All right.
Well, I do have some ideas of my own. The last time that we did this, I decided to look for people who were suffering a great deal physically, but I did notice at least a few people who were missing limbs, and tomorrow I might be able to do something about that.
Just
So,
out of curiosity, what what exactly were you doing before? Was it like a lesser restoration or some other form of healing?
it was probably lesser restoration because that's the one that'll get rid of blindness, deafness, paralysis, or poison.
Or any disease?
Yeah, that too.
Okay, because that's mostly what affects people is they've all got a disease of some sort, you know.
Well, that's more the point. That's one of the more lasting things. That was the thing I specifically did the first time around, but I can't cure people who lost limbs.
Okay, and this limb restoring ability, would that be a level of what level of power would that be?
Is one I will have to meditate on tonight.
I understand. I just want to know what level of power it would be.
7th level, the same as everybody else's spell list at this point, except for
I
conglomerates.
have. Okay, I had no idea if it was a 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And
Well, if I have to level up to get it,
I didn't know you were leveling up to get it. I thought you were just doing it. Okay. Well, what about the restoration? That is of a 3rd level.
it's something I've had prepared for a while now. I have done this before.
I know. What I'm getting at is I have a lot of empty gems. I was going to try to fill them up, but if you want to spend tonight putting a few extra restorations in there, they can be used very quietly by us to do exactly what you were doing before to a greater number of peoples tomorrow.
That would indeed be useful.
That's why I was asking, because my gems can only hold such power. So I have 6
It's a
empty
2nd
gems.
level spell.
Oh, yeah. Is there any benefit to upcasting it, or no?
Only that it allows you to cast it if you otherwise wouldn't have been able to due to lack of 2nd level slots.
Okay. Well, feel free to use whatever slots you will before a rest to fill up these 6 gems with 6 of your lesser restorations, and then tomorrow morning you will wake up rested and recharged to use whatever other spells you wish. And we will have 6 of these in reserve just to use randomly on other people's.
Let me double check something here. Optional class features. Oh, I was thinking of the cleric for that. All right. Yeah, we'll see how many of these I can fill.
All right.
Level.
Well, there are 6 of
Yeah.
them. And if you upcast it, you're still getting your spells back if you're not going anywhere or doing anything tonight.
I'll let us go into the other room to do that, because I do not want to see the child in my normal form. Which I take that back. I'm going to go ahead and fire off my disguise self ability, because I can cast it once without a spell slot. And then I'll go ahead and start casting, because I can do that and still look like me.
Okay.
Or look like my avatar form.
Right. Okay.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and cast 6 lesser restorations. Alright.
Okay.
Went a little faster than I was expecting. There we go. Alright, so I fill up the gems.
Okay. So now we have 6 lesser restorations that we can go ahead and use tomorrow with Darcy's thing, and then we can all get an early rest tonight.
Yep. And
All right. Well, around 7 o'clock, the boy wakes up and he starts looking around. What's going on? Where am I?
you fell asleep in the alley. We did not want to leave you there for the others to find you. Undoubtedly, they would.
I fell asleep. There's this person. It reminded me of my grandpa, and he just kept talking and talking, and I was just so tired. Wait, that was you. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I understand. Anyway, we figured you'd want to sleep somewhere comfortable for the night. And even if not, we did bring you dinner.
He looks around and he finds the plate. That's for me?
That is for you.
He runs over and he just starts scarfing it down.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys do or say while he's scarfing his food down?
Well, let's just let him eat. He's not gonna be able to have a conversation with us right now.
Mhm.
What's the boy have? I mean, he stole an apple and some coin. Was he literally just like carrying it in his shirt, or
Yeah,
does he have
Behind
a
his
pouch or
back.
backpack?
he was carrying it in his hands, and he still had them in his hands when he was brought in. So he woke up and put those down to go scarf the food. Although you notice that he hasn't actually touched the apple, despite being so hungry.
Well, he's going for the meat, isn't he? Like the carbs and protein, meat and bread.
If I had to guess, the apple is for one of his family members.
Well, and, all right. And you said he doesn't have. He's basically just got the clothes on his back.
Yeah, he's got tattered clothes, and that's about it.
All right. I'll reach down, dig into my pack, and pull out just a pouch. I'm guessing it's just like a small sack pouch. And in it, I will go ahead and place 2 packs of rations. And then I'll just kind of hold the bag open and gesture to whoever is standing to my left. Cyclonin, Darcy, Gizzard, Conglomerate, whoever's to my left. They just shake bag.
I'm busy looking over the kids' clothes and casting mending on any spot that would actually take it.
Okay. In that case, Miss Darcy or Conglomerate, I'm getting
What
that
are you
here.
trying to hand us?
I opened a sack and I put in I opened a sack and I put some rations in it, and I'm just kind of handing it down the line.
Oh. Yeah.
I've
Take
got.
a little lunchbox now.
Yeah, I'll put like 3 high quality rations in there.
All right, that's 5. Miss Darcy, what do you donate there?
I'll throw in some money too at some point.
Well, I wouldn't just hand a child money.
Yeah, that's kind of. I figured we'd be dropping him off at his parents' house later tonight, so
We don't know if he has parents.
Yes, we do.
He said he
you
had
do?
family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Assume
we
they
don't know how
did.
good they are, though.
That's a good point.
They could be
And that
I'm
is
just
crappy.
giving him.
And that is
I'm just
exactly why I
giving
want
him-
to meet these people.
I'm just giving him food. He's going to show up with a bag full of food. So I put in 2 rations. Conglomerate put in 3 rations. Miss Darcy, are you going to donate to the ration bag? I'm not worried about the money. You don't have to, just silently.
Let me see what I actually can give, because I'm sure I have rations. It's just I'm looking something beyond just here's some crackers and spam.
Yeah,
Right.
That's exactly what I am giving him is crackers and spam. I'm not giving him like, luxury meal fit for a king, but it's the type of thing that a boy in his position is definitely going to appreciate and be able to live on. I figure that's good enough for now.
Boy's gonna get
We don't have to
scurvy
go-
with that diet.
Well, there's supposed to be nuts and dried fruit in there as well.
I'm
There'll
gonna
be enough
teach
in
him
the
how
way
to
of vitamin
steal
C.
fruit better too, so that won't be an issue.
Yeah, teaching him how to steal might not necessarily.
Yeah, no. I only have 4 rations, really?
Yeah, you guys haven't had a lot of use for rations lately. The ability to pop into town pretty quickly.
Well, I had 4 rations. I actually gave him 2, so I need to take them off my thing here. But yeah, just if you just give him 1 pack of rations, that's all you honestly need to put in the sack. So no money, no big donations.
Well, I'm not just gonna hand some kid money. I want to figure out what his home situation is, because it might be better he goes somewhere else, depending on how shitty it is.
Yeah, okay. So conglomerates 3, I'm 2. You put in how many? 1, 2.
1.
1. Okay. So 4. 6,
Yeah, Darcy's kind of more on the cautious side of. All right, what kind of actual home life this kid got?
Yeah. Well,
as you guys are
6
bag,
6 packs of
and
rations.
mending clothing. The kid finishes his food in record time. Basically there's pieces of food at different places of the room as it kind of just like but most of it's gone. Then he goes to grab the sack of money and the apple, and then he looks around and says, "Thanks, I gotta get home now." And he starts running towards the door.
Can I grab him?
Go
Well,
ahead, give me a dex check.
I am one Dexy motherfucker. Okay, hold on.
He easily ducks out of your way, being a new kid, and starting toward the door. Does anybody else do
Not,
It's quick.
yeah,
not so fast, you little stinker.
I'll just say, hold up.
Well,
We,
when he
we-
gets to the door and finds
we
out
wanna
it's
walk
locked, he
you
just kind of
back.
bangs his head.
So sorry, Conglomerate, what did you say?
I would just say, like, hold up. We wanna follow you back.
No, that's okay. And he darts toward the door. Cyclone, are you doing anything?
Okay, Cyclone and I can track him.
So so can I.
Yeah.
So you do not wish to have an escort?
No, it's okay.
I thought you would want this bag of tasty things. I'm still holding this bag with 6 rations that we're supposed to.
Yeah, you're holding a bag, but he wasn't paying attention at all to what you're putting in it. And then he sees you're holding the bag afterward, but he was just kind of ignoring it. And it's like, what's in the bag?
Tasty things to eat. We were getting this ready for you. So quickly you run off. It's a bit
Sorry, say that louder.
we were trying. Tasty things to eat. We were getting it ready for you. It seems a bit rude to be running off so quickly before even. I mean, we are being gracious hosts, are we not? Do you not think you should be a gracious guest?
And he says, I'm sorry, it's just, they're going to be worried about me. I got to get home.
That is why we are going to go with you to make sure
You're almost silent again.
Judge kneels down, puts one hand on his shoulder, and says, "That is why we are going to go with you to make sure you get home safe.
No, you can't
with
go with me.
some tasty treats." Why ever not?
Thank you for the food, but you can't go with me. I can't
Why
take
ever
you
not?
with me
Why not?
because I can't.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, I just can't. I've been told I can't. No one can go with me.
It does not sound like this is a place where adults live.
Well,
Is it?
my grandpa's there, but I can't take anybody.
Sure you can.
No, I can't.
We will
I
be
told
very
I
quiet.
can't. I'm sorry. He was reaching for the sack as you keep talking. I just can't. He starts running toward the door.
Well, this time I actually have a hand on his shoulder.
Okay, he's trying to squeeze out.
Just
Right,
let
do
him
I let him-
go.
I let him go.
Just let him
Okay.
go.
He runs off, leaving the sack behind, and he bursts out the door.
As soon as he goes out the door to the room, I change into a bat, and I go ahead and actually no, I'll turn into an owl for this,
was gonna
and
say,
I'll
I
go
was
ahead
gonna
and
say that.
fly around and watch for him at the. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Could I also?
I'm gonna send. Okay.
Oh no, do your thing.
I'm gonna send Gavel out the window to follow him once he gets out of the building.
Okay, so Gavel's going, Cyclone and Owl is going, Conglomerate, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna put a, not to actually hurt him, but I was gonna put a hunter's mark on him so that I can, so that I have advantage on tracking him.
You.
But,
so here's what I will do.
But it's totally fine. I think the others have it handled.
The
Okay.
hunter's mark doesn't actually do damage. He has to attack. He
Well, no,
can't
yeah.
put just a hunter's mark on anything.
I was gonna say is I was gonna have you make a initiative roll, and we're making a roll for him, and then whoever, if you go first, then you have time. Otherwise, he gets out too quickly.
Oh, sure.
All right, so go ahead and make an initiative roll.
Yeah. Where is that on my sheet again? I'm so used to using the actual system.
Let me look.
In the upper right, it's
Oh, I see. Thank you. Oh, it's saying that I can't roll it.
Huh, really?
Well, it's just a d20 plus 5, so let's
yeah,
just
just do that then. I guess I'd have to put you into combat or whatever, but I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, it's just being weird. Right, and then add 5 to this.
All right, so that is 14. You do go first slightly, just barely. So you do get your hunter's mark on.
Cool. Now I have advantage to track him.
Okay. So go ahead and give me advantage to survival if that's what you're doing.
Yes. I forgot. I already have advantage to track, so I have double advantage. But I'll just roll.
Yeah, they don't stack, unfortunately.
No,
but
yeah,
whatever.
no, that's
fine.
fine. I forgot about that. It's a nature check, right? Or survival. That's
Okay.
not good.
17. Not the greatest, but it's good enough in this case. All
Sure.
right. So eventually, everybody who's going, you kind of he goes in and out of the alleyways, and winds up eventually exiting the city toward one of the gates. You know the gate is as you arrive at the gate, the guards will tell you that the gate's closed in an hour. And then the kid kind of off on the outside of the walls. You see that there's an area where there's a bunch of shacks and kind of shanty area, and he has gone into one of the shacks. Let me go ahead and put it on the map for you. Let's see, configure ownership, server. You should see a house now on the map over here, and it looks like a black house. Anyway, so he's gone into a shack. It looks like it's definitely seen better days. It's a bit. It looks like it's fairly small. You would suspect that maybe a family of 3 could fit in it. Currently, he's inside. The doors are closed, and you notice that the windows are barred up. I mean, not barred up, but boarded up. So, conglomerate. Let's see, conglomerate, Cyclonin as an owl, and judges familiar are all there. Everybody else is back at the room. So, what do you guys do?
You said it's all boarded up, but are there any like gaps in anything where the owl might be able to look through?
Maybe go and give me a perception check.
All right.
Through the owl or whatever. Actually, your wild shapes. Never mind, just your regular.
Can Gavel go ahead and check to look around, see if we can see him somewhere?
All right. So, Cyclonin, you, as an owl, you do see a bit of a gap. So does Gavel. And so inside, you see a fairly, small room. You see some tattered cupboards, some tattered furniture. Definitely seen better days. And the room, however, is empty. But you do see some sort of trapdoor or something. Some sort of trapdoor in the floor that's currently closed. You don't see any movement from the inside.
Is there a way in, like a chimney to go down?
Well, there's a regular door. It's just closed at the moment.
No, I'm talking about a way for a bird to get in without actually walking through the front door.
Like a chimney or something. No, it's been boarded up, so there's really no way without kind of.
Chimney's been boarded up?
Yeah, basically all the openings have been boarded up.
Okay.
That doesn't fill me with hope.
Well, I'm out of wild shape uses for now. I guess I'll try to land somewhere as close as I can to that trapdoor. I'm going to listen for any sounds of conversation.
You still outside the shack?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check for that. There, you do hear conversation coming from other places nearby, as there are other shacks in the area. Although most of them are more open, but nothing particularly interesting from that direction. Meanwhile, Conglomerate, you arrived in person here. So what are you doing?
I know the others were headed over here. Do I see any of them?
Well, Cyclonin showed up as an owl, so you probably you see an owl hanging around, and then Judge's Familiar's around. So actually, you see two different owls who are hanging around, looking through the windows.
Yeah, that looks like them. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get as sneaky as possible and get kind of close to the birds.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check. Meanwhile, Cyclonin, you can hear some voices faintly from downstairs, and you hear an old man. So you didn't lead anybody here, did you? And you hear a small voice. No, they were kind, but I told them I couldn't bring them, just like you said. Because if you know that if they come here, then we have to leave. And he's like, yeah, I know, I won't, no one will come here. And you hear him say something else, but his voice has gone even lower, and you can't make out what it is. All right, so Conglomerate, you sneak up to the birds, and you can kind of see a crack in the window, and you two see an empty room, or room with kind of broken down furniture, but there's no one in it. And you also notice the trapdoor that's closed.
Hmm.
Conglomerate. Yes, they went downstairs. There does appear to be an old man, and it does appear that he did not want anyone following him.
Hmm.
I do not know if this is a good time for a confrontation, but we at least now know where to find them.
Yeah. I wonder why they need to be so secretive.
Yes, it is an interesting question.
You would think that
Unfortunate.
just like common thieves wouldn't really care, but maybe something more is going on.
Yes, this is something we should pursue later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at least we do not have to worry so much about our possessions.
Sure.
Well, perhaps we should return to the inn and rest for the night. It has been a particularly long day for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's head back. What are we doing in the morning?
Well, it sounds like Darcy has some charity work in mind.
Oh, that's right.
I do have some plans to contribute to that. I certainly cannot give anyone as many limbs as you have, but can at least give them as many as a normal person.
Yeah. So
But it's
sad.
various bits of exploration I'd like to do, and we still have to figure out what to do about Petron.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of loose ends right now.
Yeah, we can discuss that with the others, and I'm sure it will be a busy day. But do you have
Yeah.
anything that you were interested in?
I mean, I had originally had plans to do more stuff with our blooming religion, but I think that that's now kind of off the table now. So yeah, I'll probably just help out where I can.
Well, once Patron has been sorted out, perhaps something can be done with that.
Yeah. I certainly need to offload some of this small coin, so I'll probably be helping Darcy with her charity.
Indeed. All right. Well, guess we'll finish making our way back to the inn.
All right.
Mhm.
So we'll go ahead and make it 7:30. It's getting dark by the time you get there. It takes a while to walk out and walk back. So once you get to the inn, what do you do?
Just out of curiosity, how much bronze and
Go ahead and speak a little louder.
right? Can we still not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Right.
you now.
Just out of curiosity, how much bronze and / or small Mithna were we all planning on donating? Because I have a vast majority of it because of my bags of Queenex. So I figured I could just do the math and get it all set for you guys if you were.
Yeah, I'm
you're- if
probably
you're
gonna be getting rid of all of my bronze small and half Mithna. Well, maybe not my half, but
No, keep your half.
yeah, all of my bronze and small.
Right, so what is that?
What's up? I can't really hear you.
Numbers.
Numbers, what is
it?
that?
How much?
Oh, numbers. I have 2,076 bronze and
Good lord.
314 small.
We have so much copper.
I know.
All the pennies.
314 small, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And in the name of Dursinia,
Mhm.
we shall donate all of our nickels and pennies.
Okay, and Ms. Darcy, did you have?
Oh, give me a second.
You're saying something. You're almost inaudible again.
All right.
I can
The
hear
reason
him.
I
He's
asked-
asking for the bronze and the small Mithna for me.
Yeah, because I have 8,302 bronze Mithna.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, I was carrying a majority of it because of the bags of Queenex. Let me carry heavy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy. All right.
Bronze, I have 2,076.
If you wanted to donate small, you don't have to.
Small Mithna is 314.
And that is everything you actually plan on donating. This is just donations.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want my small Mithna or bronze Mithna. I only use half Mithna, normal Mithna, and gold Mithna.
Mhm.
Alrighty then.
You can have all my change. I'm too rich to carry such things.
Should I get rid of all the Mithna on my character sheet right now?
Yes, because I'm going to go ahead and add it all up.
Okay. Let me just erase those. 0.
Yeah. You got to tell them what you're giving them, though.
I think I did.
2,076 and then 314 small. Cyclonin, are you donating any cash or are you just going to be doing the spell thing?
Yeah, I'll give 2,408 bronze Mithna.
2,408. Got it. Any small or no? Oh, hello. Can people still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
And now,
Okay. All right. So
and you just
any
went really
small
silent.
Mithna or no?
From who?
From you, Cyclonin. That was the one I was talking to.
I
The other
told
two
you I was
already
giving you
donated.
2,408
Bronze
of the
Mithna.
bronze Mithna.
Were you donating any small or not? You can say no.
Well,
I just okay. That's all I needed to know. All right, thank you. Okay.
All right. So anything else for tonight, or should I advance to the next day?
Not that I'm actually sitting there counting money, but I did want to go ahead and use the rest of my crossbow bolts if I got time to do that.
Sure. What are you going to do with the crossbow bolts?
I'm going to dip them several times into the purple Zerg sludge and then let them harden, and that way I can provide Conglomerate with more Zerg arrows.
Yeah, I mean it's only 7:30, so you got plenty of time. So.
That's what I'll be doing tonight. I was getting the Zerg stuff ready there.
I should use these more often then. I was keeping them like unless I really needed them, but if we can make more, I'm gonna start using these way more often.
Well, I'm using all the crossbow bolts that I have, so that's 30 more, and I don't know how much sludge is going to be left afterwards. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
have
would
to
say if you're
refill
gonna
the
do
next time.
30, that's probably gonna be the last of the sludge.
Okay, not a problem. Like, yeah, I'll give you these 30, but we're gonna have to find some Zorg at some point in time so I can reload my purple sludge jar.
Sure. Absolutely. They're good arrows too. Anti-magic and poisoning. Very useful.
Okay. Anything else for the evening? I'm not hearing anything, so I'm gonna assume you
Nope.
guys are gonna take a long rest then.
Yep.
Weird.
Time to nap.
All right, so everybody takes their
Can
long
I
rest.
do this?
Go make sure to click
Can-
on the long rest. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was gonna say, can I do this on this map, or can we just like finagle it? I've got 30 crossbow bolts that I need to give to Conglomerate. If he already has them, he can just add 30 to whatever he's already got listed, and I can just delete them on mine.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Okay. Let me add them.
So you should be
right
able to
now.
hit C to bring up your character sheet at any time on any map. You don't need a token to do that.
Oh, C.
If that doesn't work, you can go to the person thing and then find your character sheet and then click on your name.
Yeah, I always go to actors. That's cool though. I didn't know there was a hotkey.
But theoretically, you should be able to hit C to open it up and hit C to close it again.
Let me try it. It just opens the group tab right now since we're in.
Okay, fair enough.
But I've added them to my sheet, so you're
Okay.
safe to delete them. And yeah, I've got 36 purple arrows now. I will keep that in mind.
6 left.
All right, Tyler, you can delete the 30 from your sheet. Have a bit more room. Cool. All right. So
Alrighty.
everybody takes their long rest. Make sure to click their long rest button so you get your spell slots back and whatnot. So you wake up the next day. What do you do?
What's first on the agenda? Charity or-
For Gizzard. Conglomerate, did you take your long rest?
I did.
Rest. There we go. And so did Gizzard. And Cyclone, you leveled up.
Yep.
Cool.
We all have 3 XP points right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I still have 7 for some reason.
Yeah, you just subtract when you level up, but yeah, just subtract 4 and you should be good to go. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, so you wake up all rested. What's next?
Just to verify, how does the funeral thing go again? I know they send the boats out.
Yeah, it'll be similar to, you've been told it'll be similar to what happened last time. In the evening, there'll be a gathering, although you suspect in this case it won't be because of admirers and whatnot. And then during the funeral, there'll be a speech, and then the boats will be sent out, one of them with the body. They'll set the body on fire, and then it'll sail out to sea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small wooden boat, so they make them just for the funerals, these parts you can tell. So they're never intended to be retrieved, just burn up and whatnot.
Which is probably good if they're setting them on fire.
Yep.
Reusable burning boats.
Oh. Fish food.
guess we'll have breakfast and
All right, so you guys go down, get your breakfast. They bring out some bread and cheese and some sliced up ham, a few grapes here and there. And as you're eating, what do you do or talk about?
well, so when do you plan to do this charity work?
I don't want to do it too early. People will be not fully awake. Also, I think I need to still get a few things from the market. So maybe before lunch, when people are more awake and out and about.
Well, I'm not certain what to do about the child and his old man, but that can probably wait for the time being. Then there is the priest, who has 2 more days left to his life at the moment.
Do you truly plan on saving him?
It depends on what he has to say. He did not want to speak to someone who did not wish to appear before him, which is a fair point, but also did not want to be appearing to someone inside of a jail cell. You know, at near the end of a long day. So, I will give that some thought, but he will certainly need to earn his freedom. It's too bad I cannot cast silence.
It was something I could have gotten into, but what else?
Well, I may have alternatives. So. Well. Does anyone's business involve being around town? Or
Don't need to
leaving the
pick up
town
stuff.
for anything?
Don't need to pick up the stuff that we need to wear.
Those items will be ready tomorrow.
Yes, that is tomorrow, and I believe.
You're almost inaudible again. That is definitely less audible.
Yeah. Hey.
Can we hear me any better now?
Yep.
Well, it's still kind of quiet, but serviceable.
All right. I forgot what I was gonna say now. I got so frustrated trying to make my mic work. Never mind.
It'll come back to you.
Well, does
Okay.
anyone have any business that takes them out of town?
Oh yeah, no, we were having our clothes made in Cepezos, not here in Cantonese. So yeah, we're good. Did we have
And
anything
those
getting
will-
made here in Cantonese? I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of, although now that I think about it, I do think I have some items I need to commission, so I think I will go.
Did you want to commission those things here, or do you think it'd be better getting them in Cepezos? Depends on how quickly they can be made.
There is no rush on any of these items, and this is the biggest city of the colony, or at least the bigger of the two that we know of.
Yeah.
There are plenty of opportunities here, I'm sure, to make the items that I want, or purchase them. But if no one needs to leave the town for any reason, I'm thinking about going on a little bit of a scouting expedition. Oh shoot, that's yeah, we're in Katniss, it's kind of. It is a long enough distance. I might as well include everybody. When we return to the room, I will cast Windwalk.
All right.
So, in fact, yeah, I'll just wait till breakfast after that, and then I'll go cast that upstairs.
Alright, so what are you casting upstairs after breakfast?
Windwalk.
Okay. So
Oh,
you guys enjoy your breakfast. So around 7:30 or so, you go to leave. There you go. All right. So where do you go?
All right, hold on a second. See, there's cut the knees. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I am flying.
Stop. You guys are floating, right?
Yeah, flying.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and do that so you get better visibility. All right. How long will it take you to get there?
10. This is about 20 minutes.
All right. All right. So what's next?
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
What are we looking
23, 24,
That's weird. I wonder why that's there.
25.
Oops.
Oh, that's showing for everybody.
Hold on. Let me fix this. I guess. Undo. Okay. There we go. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, oh well. 26, 27. Nah, yeah. Seeing the bone tree, I'm curious. I'm going to go ahead and come down in that area and have a look at where that Cyclops was.
All right. So as you come down, you see a pile of bones where that tree was, and no evidence of the Cyclops.
Interesting.
It was destroyed when we gave the cup to the proper guardian.
Did everybody go with me, or you guys still back at town?
I think you said.
Well, you
going
cast it on everybody. I at least I decided to come with you. I thought it was something
Okay.
they said was far enough away.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured I'd give you guys the option to travel around if I had to cast this anyway, but I wasn't expecting anybody to spend a bunch of time on that.
Oh, I will if anybody else is.
right.
Yeah, I might as well keep the group together. Unless there's other things to do. But anyway, yeah. So you flew by the Cyclops. You saw the same. It was the same, basically the same condition you left, except that the bones are no longer animated.
Okay, so there are bones.
Yeah, the bones are still there. But just they're still now.
Well, I suppose the thing is, maybe found some peace.
Were you worried that they might leave this island or escape its bonds?
You seem to be more concerned about that than I was.
No, I'm asking you. Is that why we came here? To check that?
No, I wanted to explore the southern forest, but then I realized where we were, and I was curious about the Cyclops.
Ah, okay. Well, yes. Let us keep going.
Just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and land nearby, spend a minute changing into normal form, and go investigate the tree. I'm curious to see if any of that viney stuff is still going on.
Okay,
didn't like that. Looking at your cat litter side.
Oh, this is early cyclone.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, I'm just gonna delete everybody and put everybody back in their current forms. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, I guess you already did that. Okay. Judge. Alright, can everybody see the map?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, if you look ahead, you can definitely see where all the bones were, where from the Cyclops, the tree is still there, but as you move around, nothing is moving. Completely still.
Interesting. These vines aren't attacking us or anything.
Sorry, say that again?
Said these vines aren't attacking us or anything crazy.
No, they're Did I forget Darcy? I did forget Darcy, didn't I?
What?
There you go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just move me along for now. I'm in the middle of something.
Sure.
All right. Are the Cyclops bones are all here?
Yes, the bones are there, it's just they're not moving as you approach.
And the vines aren't like whipping at everything.
Yeah, you don't, actually, I take that back. I forgot. Now that the Cyclops is gone, as you sense, you can sense that left behind is a place of power.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
good thing we came back.
Oh.
How fortuitous.
Very nice.
Basically, the power of the Cyclops left behind. So you
Just
guys
out of
want to
curiosity.
do a ritual, or are you gonna wait a bit on that?
Actually,
Yeah, investigate just a bit first.
actually, Jeremy, I'm going to go ahead and ask you a mechanics question first before I do anything.
Sure.
So if
you
you're
know
replacing an
how-
alternator,
You know how you had allowed me to try and craft minor magical spell components, but then you decided that maybe we still have to go through and buy them because that's just better. Can
Yeah,
I?
because that's basically the way the balancing works with the system and spells. So
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty much you. If there's a cost, you wind up having to find treasure worth that cost, or
Okay.
find or buy the special ingredients. Because yeah, the idea is it's not just specialized ingredients, but also they're specially prepared by experts and that kind of thing.
Okay. The reason I asked is because I still have 0.1 pounds of melted gold, which isn't a lot, but it's enough. And if there's any really pretty flowers, I was curious as to whether or not I would be allowed to try and make a second gilded lily, or if that's just off.
What I would suggest is that you take your gold, you take your flour, and then in town you have a artisan do it, but you'll get a discount because you're bringing in materials.
Okay. All right. In that case, yeah, I'm just gonna help look around. I'm just curious before I started picking.
Yeah, fair enough.
well, at least it does not appear to matter where the goblet was consumed. This thing does seem to have been freed of its prison and is not going to be going on any rampages. I do seem to recall you being a little concerned about that.
I was a bit, yes. I'm very glad that is not the case.
Well, shall we try and perform the ritual?
That is an excellent idea. Thinking in an arcane fashion first for just a second. Are any of these strange vines, the bark or branches of the tree, or any particular part of a cyclops skeleton overtly magical in the sense of spells and potions.
It
Can make an arcana check?
so basically it was you suspect it was normal plants at one point in time, but basically magic had shaped them and grown them beyond their initial, what they could do naturally and controlled them. But the magic, the residue of the magic's there, but the plants themselves aren't magical. It's just they were essentially used by the magic.
Oh no, what I was getting at was spell and potion components. Yay or nay? No. Okay.
There's probably nothing you can think of that would use the vines, but it's something that you might want to keep in mind in case you discover new ways in the future. But I don't think you know anything right now.
All right. Just checking. All right. Yes. Let's just go ahead and get these done.
Well, Darcy, if you wish to do the honors, I will watch over the others as well. So I'm basically proposing Darcy, Conglomerate, and Judge do the ritual.
Yeah,
Alright.
she can start it. It's fine.
Okay.
Wither and Bloom uses withered vine, and Barkskin uses a handful of oak bark. It's basically as good as you're going to get.
All right. I didn't know if it would be, magically or arcanally advantageous to have like the knuckle bone of a cyclops or something strange like that.
Sounds kind of gross, actually.
Actually, it sounds like something you would find out of Shakespearean lore, so I didn't know.
Alright, so you guys perform the ritual. As you do so, you realize that there is a bit of power here that somebody could absorb. And it's basically undead sense, which would give somebody the ability to sense undead within 100 feet and get an approximate distance and direction to the undead.
That's cool.
Does anybody have any suggestions, or do they like that?
I
No,
don't.
Conglomerate is our tracker.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't particularly need it or anything. Somebody else has a want for it. Absolutely give it to them. I feel like I've taken the last couple.
I think it'd be nifty simply because Judge has a thing, for killing undead. But then again, I think he more inherited that from Rasiri, so I'm not 100% sure the validity of that.
Well, I mean, if
Judge
you like
isn't a
it,
ranger,
take
but
it.
he does have a favorite enemy, and it is undead.
Oh, well then take it. It's perfect.
Alright, so you're taking it, Judge?
And I want to make sure nobody else wants it first, and nobody else has a better reason to take it.
So, Darcy, what do you say? Do you want it?
She does not have any strong feelings toward undead beyond the fact that they go against the natural nature of the cycle of life.
Cool. What about you, Cyclone?
I already made my proposal.
That it would be Conglomerate for tracking. Well, if you're sure you don't want it, I will take it. But if you decide it would be cool for part of your tracking aspects, then you go ahead and take it first.
One advantage that you might have with it, Conglomerate, is if you're scouting ahead, you might be able to notice the undead, ahead of time.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, 100 feet.
But I'll leave it up to you two. So which of you two are going to take it?
I'd rock, paper, scissors you, but I don't know how to do that on here.
Let's do rollies.
Roll a d20. Whoever comes up higher gets it.
All right, all right.
I got a 10.
All right. D20, roll.
All right.
It's yours.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, I dragged it over. Yep. So under passive abilities, look at the bottom. You should see undead scenes.
Okay.
All right. So 1 hour has passed. Everybody has gained 1 experience point. Everybody's character should have 4 at this point. So what do you guys do next?
Well, speaking of undead, there is a loose end to the north that maybe we are better equipped to deal with now.
Oh, yes. I do remember that place. We had to run away, but I wanted to stay and fight. The red skeletons?
Happened. There is the place below.
Alright. How are
So
we feeling
land-
about this? I can
Actually-
afford fight. Okay.
Yeah, we'll land in the vicinity.
Okay, you can land there. No problem. Let me see where that is.
Far enough away that we can change out of the windwalk form.
All right, fair enough. Oh, wrong one. That's why. The bone pile.
Oh, is this an Arcana or a History check for Jeremy here? Are undead inherently weak against radiant type damage, or does that not matter?
Some undead some undead are vulnerable. Some undead are also immune or are resistant to necrotic. I think
okay.
more undead are resistant to necrotic than are vulnerable to radiant, but it's definitely worth trying. All right, so everybody lands. You can see the pile of skeletons, and some of them are large, some of them are small, but there are certainly a lot of them. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the grid just in case you guys do end up fighting. So what do you do?
Well, how does everyone feel about staying at a distance?
Preferably.
I
Why would
think
I
we
get
can
in harm's
kill
way?
I remember they were more potent than your average sack of bones, so perhaps we can do this now with some efficiency.
Oh,
Are there any walking around feeding the pile like there were before, or are they literally all playing possum?
Right now you don't see any movement. You just see the pile.
Throw a rock, someone.
I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing if I could spark them, but yes, I believe we could do some damage here. Yeah.
Oh, and actually,
I was getting
your new sense is kicking in, Judge.
Yes, I was
you
going to ask
sense
that.
Many undead in the pile, and
there are a lot of them.
it seems like all the weaker ones have, for some reason, they've been freed, and the only thing that's left are the strong ones.
Oh.
Well, allow
I
me.
sense... Go ahead.
If perhaps I could
sense...
be. Oh, go ahead.
I sense no weak ones, just the strongest of them. I wonder what happened with the weak ones, if they were destroyed or released onto the island to wreak havoc in small numbers.
Was there not that thing we did, or, well, that the survivors did in the in the abandoned watchtower.
Remind me?
Remember? Something was done to destroy some undead influence. It is why Sapezus is no longer under such a dire concern of attack by undead.
Yes, you're right. I thought that was just the shape-shifting ghouls, but it might have had something to do with the skeletons as well.
There could have been something in the Valolus ruins of that as well, but I am not certain. But what I am certain of is that this seems to be a good place for a plant growth.
Yes. Miss Darcy, do you feel that you and I could be ready with a little heat just to start?
Naturally, he gives us some kindling to go with it. Why not?
Ah. Perhaps. Jeremy, history check. Can I? Are undead susceptible to exhaustion or no?
Are they susceptible to what?
Exhaustion.
No.
Okay. No history check needed. All right, cool.
All right. Now the plant growth will cover a very large area. How close do you need to be in order to hit with any spells?
100 and wait a second. 1 second. I want to say 120. 150 feet. Or
Yeah, I guess this gets a little bit to be a bit challenged because I think the plant growth would actually hit the whole map.
That's funny.
well, we are of.
It does, in fact, hit the whole map.
What's the spell?
We
Plant growth. It
Oh,
hits.
okay.
It hits up to 100-foot radius.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can we just say it's 10 feet away from our given and
Yeah,
everywhere else?
we're just.
Well,
we're
how
gonna
about
have
this
to, like,
then?
crunch the.
If I cast the plant growth, you might want to just any skeletons that spawn, put them at the maybe the top 2 rows at the top of the map, and that would represent about the distance that they would. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, actually, the plant growth would actually hit an area 4 times the size of this map. So, if
Yeah, but
so
that sounds like you guys. Are you guys even going to be in range of your spells and stuff?
well, if a fireball has 120 feet, then yeah,
So-
that should work.
Yeah, we'll be
150.
good.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Eldritch
so
Blast
what I'll
is-
just do then is just say that,
Yeah,
yeah, you
but
guys
a larger map.
are 120 feet away or whatever, and then we'll just go through the rounds, because they can still walk through plant growth, right? It's just it's rough terrain.
Yeah, so very rough terrain. It's 4 feet for every foot of movement. So if you put them if you spawn them in at the very top edge of the map, with us at the bottom, that should be a pretty close approximation to the size of the plant growth in terms of the radius.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just do that then. So if you're casting plant growth first, they are basically, you see them rise, kind of rise out of the pile and start moving as soon as your spell goes off. So you go ahead and use the spell just so that it uses the spell slot, but you don't have to bother placing anything. And then I'll just place the enemies and we'll get going. 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Jeremy, can I make a history check? The last time we fought these creatures, were they immune to fire or resistant to fire?
They are not immune or resistant to fire, no. But they're not
Okay.
vulnerable either.
Okay.
So it's just fire.
I thought there was something.
I think the thing was
tried
they just had a
casting on them.
decent amount of hit points, and weren't really optimized, as far as our tactics. So they were.
Yeah, I remember the last time we fought these things, there was something about them that made them more powerful. I just couldn't remember what.
It was just the fact that they weren't weenie skeletons. Yeah, you were thinking that they were going to be a standard 5e skeleton, and they weren't.
Okay.
I feel like there was something to their attack too.
Yeah.
All right. You guys can roll initiative. I'll take Cyclone or Gizzard out. So let me remove combatant there. I'll take Tavros out. Remove combatant. Is everybody else here? So you got Darcy, Cyclone, and
I'm
Judge,
rolling
and,
right now.
Conglomerate. Yeah, that's right. All right.
I did not roll well at all. Honestly, they're
All
probably
right, Darcy. You are first. So Cyclonen cast plant growth. So these are really coming out of the pile, but due to the map limitations, I put them way up in the corner. In this case, there's really nothing blocking your view or anything. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna blast them.
Okay, are you within range of your spells?
Pretty sure it's fireball.
Oh, fireball, yeah.
Fireball.
If that's what it is.
Fireball's
that makes sense.
150.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's the only
ask
thing
how
I
big
can
the
do.
map was.
Exactly. I said fireball. Yeah, I'm just gonna firebomb them just a wee bit.
All right. So let's see. Can they make it? And we wait for all the rolls to come in. Okay, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 3 that made it. So go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
All right, so 25. So this guy will take 12. This guy will take 12. This guy will take 12. Everybody else take 25.
That's a pretty nice first hit, by the way.
All right.
Yep.
All right, Cyclonen. You heard the fireball go off. It definitely had an effect on them. You can see that they're charred. What are you going to do? Now, your plant growth is concentration, right?
Let me verify that. I don't. It is
Oh, okay,
not.
cool. All right, so what are you going to do?
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is wild shape into an earth elemental.
Okay.
Which, here we go.
All right, let me give it vision. I might have to do that. I do. Okay. Is it working?
The map doesn't really have any weird I mean, I can. Let me try and delete the other token. Yep,
Okay,
still
okay.
can see.
Cool. All right, so what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and burrow underground and start dashing their direction.
Cool.
Not that there's really any good reason for this, but 1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, they're way in the corner over here.
Actually, I'll feline agility as well. Okay, and I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
Which,
So it sounds like you won't have any time to attack this turn then.
that is correct. So that is my turn.
All right. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. So they have, okay, so it's double rough terrain, you said?
Basically, yeah, it's it quarters their movement instead of having it.
Okay, yeah, double rough. Okay, got it. All right, so that would be what, 7 then? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, what am I doing? That's 7 feet. Okay, so hold on, let me undo all that. I was like, they can move 7 hexes. Like, no, they can't. All right, let's do it correctly this time. All right, so they can move 1, they can move 2, and I guess that's it. All right. Wait, yeah, 15, 7 feet. Yeah, so 14. Okay, they can move almost 2 squares. Okay, got it. All right. Let's see. This guy moves 1, and let's see if he has any range. I don't remember. Okay, so any target that can hear it within 120 feet. All right, so one of the skeletons screams, and Darcy, go ahead and make a DC 13 con save.
Rude.
So this is Sleep of the Dead. Go ahead and post it for you there. So basically, oh, it's a 15, DC 15 con save, my bad. But anyway, you are now sleeping, and Sleep of the Dead. Oh yeah, so the player's sleep can make a DC 15 con save the end of each of its turns to recover. They have advantage if another character spends an action trying to wake them up. So for now, you are asleep. And
I've
if
fallen off
you're under the effect of the spell for 4 rounds, it becomes permanent until the remove curse or equivalent spell is used.
Oh no, Sleeping Beauty. Gross. But yeah, it's just like, oh, well, I did my 1 fireball. Time to take a nap.
Alright, so the next one screams, but at this time it's at Conglomerate. So Conglomerate, go ahead and make your saving throw. It should be DC 15. I don't know why it says 13. I must have made a mistake. So DC 15 con save.
Okay.
You make it, so you shake off the screen. Alright, so the third one is going to scream as well, except Judge, it's your turn to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay.
So Judge.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay.
Wait. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me check. One features. Move over. DC 15, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I wanted to make sure if I could deflect it, but I couldn't.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So Judge and Darcy are both unconscious. Alright, so the next one is going to scream again, and it is your turn to make a con save Conglomerate. Again.
Okay.
So DC 15 con save.
Yep. Come on. Stay up. No!
And you are now asleep.
I think we know why we didn't want to come back.
Yeah, these guys suck.
Mistakes were made.
That's okay. I think we can do something here.
I hope so.
They're starting to move
The rest is
through
me and Claire's.
the underbrush, wondering why it's so hard for them to do so. Alright, Judge, at the end of your turn, you can make your DC 15 con save to try to wake up.
Well, considering the fact that they didn't notice, my little buddy is going to move down here and flap his wings in my face and hoot,
Okay,
giving me advantage Yep. Because it says right here in your
Yeah, it does.
you have
You got it.
advantage if another character.
It's their mistake for not dealing with that owl. Sure, they won't make it again. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. All right. Con save, saving throw, at
You have
advantage.
However, it does not work. The owl is trying to wake you up, but it is not working.
There is something going wrong with my random number generator.
All
not
right,
so
so the next one moves up, and he screams, and the owl now has to make a DC 15 con save.
Actually, can he see the owl with all of the undergrowth overgrowing to make it super hard terrain, and he's a tiny creature on the ground? Is he even visible?
You would normally have a point, but I believe the familiar, while it's in bird form, would still shine as kind of a living creature. Actually, let me see. 5e.
It is technically a phase spirit.
Familiar. Let's see.
Does a phase spirit count as a ghost? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to even find this. See. Yeah, 5e, familiar, living creature. Yeah, let's just see if he can sense it. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. If he's when he's he, to all intents and purposes from the outside, he's an animal. So I would say that while he's in an animal form, then he responds to normal senses that can detect animals. So since the undead have the ability to kind of sense living creatures, that gives them basically allows them to see the creature easier. So yeah, I would say in this case it would work if he were like a elemental, or if he were some other form, then it wouldn't work. Which is why they haven't detected Cyclonin yet. So yeah, go ahead and have the bird make a con save.
Does this mean he also counts as animal for other spells?
You should be able to double click on him, get a sheet. I can do it for you if you want.
Yeah, I can get it. I was gonna say, does this mean?
I think he's got a -1 to his con, so yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, does this mean he counts as a beast for other spells as well?
Oh,
Wow,
no.
he got 0.
He's gone.
All right, that's that. All right, at the end of your turn, Conglomerate, you can make a DC 15 con save.
All right, let's do it. Constitution.
And I would say, since you guys are asleep, you're also prone at the moment. That's fine. All right, you make it. So you are currently prone, but you are now awake. You can spend half your movement to stand up if you so wish. What are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, I will.
Oh no, you can't. I'm sorry. That's at the end of your turn. You're still prone until your next turn. Sorry about that.
Oh, so I don't. Okay, I don't get to do anything.
Yeah, that's what it does specifically say at the end of your turn.
Okay, sure, no worries. But I am technically up. We'll see if I can make it through.
So you're
Is that
prone.
like 20?
All right. So he is going to move. He is going to move and scream again. So I'm sorry, Conglomerate, you just woke up, but go ahead and make another DC 15 con save.
Just tell me how many I have to make.
Golly.
There's one.
You make it. Fantastic.
Other one.
Yeah, guys, I don't want to be here anymore. I think we made a mistake. I think we should leave the undead alone.
All right. One more Conglomerate.
All right. Here's another.
You are asleep once again.
I'm back down.
Yeah, I'm gonna skedaddle, guys. I'm just gonna.
At the end of your turn, you can make your DC 15 con save.
Well, there's nothing I can do while asleep, so it's the end of my turn.
Exactly. I'm just specifying that to make sure we know that's all you can do, unfortunately.
Right. No, I just sleepwalk away. Yes. God.
It can sense us. It can sense us being alive.
So just a saving throw?
Yeah, DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
It can sense us being alive, but would it know to keep screaming at us that we woke up? Or would it
Darn.
just still see us as down?
We're not dead yet, so we're still alive to it.
Yeah, well, you're alive, and if it does sense any fluctuations, they're just gonna keep screaming until they can get there, and in which case they can kill you finally.
Yeah, they're gonna add you to the bone
Darcy,
pile.
you did not make it.
I know. That's okay. They gotta march their little bony butts to get me.
They do, which has taken them a long time. All right, hit enter and ready. Cyclonin, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to emerge from the ground, and I am just going to punch the crap out of this car toy that I've targeted.
Fair enough. Go for it. And I'm pretty sure that's a hit. It is a hit. And your attacks normally would have resistance, but since your attacks are magical, it does not. So you do full damage.
And hitting with the other slam.
Okay. You hit. And another 19 points. It is definitely almost destroyed, but not quite.
All right. Is there anything else I can do? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and try and shove, I don't know, this guy here.
All right. So what does he have to do?
Let me find that telekinetic shove. Oh, wrong sheet. There we go. DC 18 strength saving throw.
All right. Fair enough. He does not make it with that. Oh, closer than I thought, but still doesn't make it. So he gets shoved 30 feet, right?
No, just 5 feet away from me in this case.
Oh, okay. So probably there then. All right.
All right, and I am going back underground.
All right. You're back underground. Fair enough. That is probably the best decision to go ahead and hit next that you could have made, because you know what they were going to try to do if you were still above ground. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, Judge, at the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution save.
Alrighty, 1 second.
You are prone, so I'll go ahead and mark that just in case you make it. And technically, so is Darcy. So it's a 12, you do not make it.
Hold on. And my turn.
Oh, that was Gavel, that wasn't you.
Yeah, that's what I know. Well, Gavel's unconscious right now, too.
You still have to make yours. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that I was going to say. I just had to switch over to my other character sheet.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so it doesn't work for you either.
9 plus 4 is 13.
You should have rolled those differently.
I was literally rolling off the character sheet.
Alright.
Yeah, but you should have rolled first.
Alright, Conglomerate, at the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
That I will do. Did it restart the thing, or is this technically round 2 of it being permanent?
Sorry, say that again?
You said if we fail this for 3 rounds, it's permanent. Does it
4 rounds,
restart?
but no, if you back up and then you go back down again, that resets it.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. See how long I'm gonna be in limbo here for. 1 more turn at least.
Yeah, so actually I should mark those down. So that would be 2 turns for conglomerate. 2 turns for judge. 2 turns for the owl. All right.
No, it said 4 turns, not 3, right?
All right. So
Oh, and it's 4 rounds, not
Yeah.
3 on that.
yeah,
Yeah,
he said
yeah.
4, but yeah, it definitely is 4. All right. So moves forward. He did see the elemental go into the ground. He does have the dread sword, dark miasma, so he's going to try to stick it in the ground. How far down did you go?
I guess I probably would have only gone down to just below the surface level, so you could say I'm 5 feet away.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give him disadvantage then, because he can't see you, but he is going to try to stab you. Both an 11. Yeah, he can't see you. You could see, you sense the sword kind of go down nearby you, piercing through the ground. But fortunately, it's not hit you. This one here, though, is going to come down. He doesn't know exactly where the other one is, so he's not going to flank. But he is going to try to stab with disadvantage. The 19, does that hit?
A 19 probably does. Yes.
All right. So the dark miasma pierces you. It's considered a magical weapon and does 10 damage. Slashing and necrotic. Actually, are you resistant to magical slashing?
Not magical.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you take the whole damage then. Okay. And the undead, you hear him chittering, the vibrations, and you see another one, or you sense another one moving up to attack. Actually, is that technically close enough? I think it is, so I guess he'll try. Attack, disadvantage, with a 13, so that does not work, I'm sure. Alright, and is anybody awake? Nobody's awake, so he just moves. Alright, nice. At the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
Okay. Oh God.
You were looking for a 15 or better.
No.
You make it. So you
Hooray!
are no longer asleep. However, you are prone. You can use half your movement to stand up.
Yeah.
You're right. You can't do anything yet. But next time, if you're still awake, you can try that. All
Can
right.
I just can I just play like I'm still asleep so they leave me the fuck alone?
Well, they can sense fluctuations, but if you have any sort of abilities that allow you to feign death, that would work. Cyclonin, you're up. What are you going to do? You notice they've started being able to figure out how to stab you.
Well, learning that lesson, I'm going 5 feet further down. And from underground, I'm going to go ahead and attack the car toy. On the one hand, I can't really see him, although I can sense him, but he also can't see me, so I'm an unseen attacker. So it should still be a normal hit.
Fair enough.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attack that weak one.
Okay. You hit.
My damage rolls better than my attack roll.
With your 16 damage, you destroyed it.
All right. I am now going to target this one next and hit him with the other slam attack.
All right. Crit. So 26 damage. He is bloodied. I mean, not actually bloodied, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is the end of my turn.
All right. So you attack these guys. You destroyed one of them. So this one here is going to come over, and he doesn't realize it yet, but he is going to stab. Oh, I forgot to have multi-attack. Okay, he's going to stab twice, but you're 5 feet down, so he can't reach you. This one is going to move, and he is going to scream at Darcy. Sorry, Darcy. Go ahead and make a DC 15 con save.
Well, at least my counter went back to 0.
It did.
Here we go again.
Oh, wait, Judge is still there. Darcy is, yeah, okay. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, so that was his turn. Okay, this guy is going to come down and attempt to stab at the elemental. It doesn't work. All right, so this one is just going to move. This one is going to move. This one is he'll probably stab. And this guy is going to move 1 and move 2. It's just he wants to get there. All right, Judge. At the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
Alrighty.
Same with the owl.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so the owl has made it. But you have not.
Kidding.
So the owl, let me cross him out. Judge goes up to 3. Alright, so this guy is going
Devil is going to literally
down.
stay down, lying down.
Alright, Conglomerate. At the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
Yep. Let's do it.
You
Oh,
have
no.
failed, so you're now at your 3rd turn of sleeping. If you go through another turn of sleeping, it becomes permanent. Alrighty, so this one is actually going to do the smart thing. He is going to hold his action and stab at whatever tries to hit him. Alright, so this one, he's also going to do the same thing. He's going to try to stab at whatever hits him. Alright, this one is going to move. Alright, Darcy, you managed to stay awake, so you can spend half your movement standing up if you so wish.
And that's only my movement? I can still do other things?
Yeah, you can still use the other half of your movement, too.
Alright. Stand up.
Okay. So you have the other half of your movement and your normal action.
I don't care for the non-sensory that's going on here.
I will say, for anybody, if you decide, forget this, you're on your own. If you get to the edge, off the map, then you run away. Just throwing that. All right, Darcy, what are you gonna do?
I'm trying to see if I can do two things at once, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'm. Okay. I don't think that goes for saving throws. Rip. Yeah, I'm going ethereal. I'm out of here. Peace, I'm off this plane of existence.
Okay, is that a spell?
Yes.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Exactly. It's like, I don't want to be in this jungle anymore. Before I cast it, though, just to make sure I'm not wasting the spell, I'll just have it popped up so you can see it. I'll say I cast it just so you can see what it does, because I want to be able to no longer be affected by those skeletons.
You can only affect and be affected by other creatures on that plane. So yeah, so they, as far as they're concerned, you've disappeared. They can't affect you. You can't affect them.
But I can move wherever the heck I want.
Yep.
Okay. I said peace, I'm out. Just in case. Survivability of the party. I am going to chill out after becoming ethereal.
All right.
Over here.
Fair enough. Hit and turn around.
And basically witness either the demise or the triumph of my compatriots. Just because if we all keep getting this slate locked, it could go badly.
Yep. Fair enough.
Or Cat Friend can just slowly pummel everything to death.
All right, I'm punching the one that I had already previously attacked.
Yep. All right, so 25 damage. She is destroyed.
All right, I will then attack this guy with the other slam.
Okay. You hit. For 13.
Underwhelming, but I'll take it, and that's my turn.
Alrighty. So you are. I don't know. So yeah, he's gonna move away. Do you get an attack of opportunity?
I can't technically see him, so
that's
no.
okay. Got it. So he's gonna move away. He's gonna head toward the others. He's gonna head toward the others. He is going to head toward the others. He is going to wait 1, 2, head to the others. Okay, he's gonna head to the others. And they slowly start making their way over there. Alright, Judge. At the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
Alrighty.
You can use the owl to give you advantage since the owl does have his full turn.
Yeah, and he was just lying there on the ground, so if anything, he was, yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna try some here. Hopefully,
All right, you have woken up. You are still prone, so you can spend half your movement getting up if you want. Otherwise, you're
um,
free to act.
I was gonna say I can spend half of my movement getting up, but if I choose to lie there, can I do something? Not a full action, like an attack or a spell or anything, but can I do like a bonus action, something whilst lying prone?
Sorry, say that. Start again.
I can't do a full action or cast a spell or anything. That's fine. But if I have like half my movement to stand up, can I stay lying prone and try and do something else, like
Yeah,
maybe a
you're right.
bonus
I
action?
keep forgetting this. You don't have any actions left. Sorry, it happens at the end of your turn. It says so right there in the text. Sorry, I'm confusing you. No, you don't have any actions free. You have to wait till your next turn.
All right, so standing.
Yeah, it's my fault. I wrote the text, but I can't seem to remember it.
Okay. I
Alright.
will lie there and act like I'm still asleep. And
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Speak louder.
Sorry. I would like to lie there and act like I'm still asleep, and I would like to bring your attention to my bio in order to give me what you said was some sort of something for that.
Okay, let me take a look.
Right. If you go up to the top with appearance, it says Judge is 8'6", Goliath half giant, a bunch of pounds. He's well defined, thinner but muscular. He has fully functional metal hand. Blah 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 blah.
Corpse-like pallor. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, he's been affected by the Feywild and the Shadowfell. Being affected by the Shadowfell is undead and death and everything, and giving me a corpse-like pallor, I might just pass as a corpse lying here. It is an effect on me, and I've had it since the beginning.
So
Don't know if it'll help.
I'll say that you're trying to slow your breathing. You're trying to act like you're as dead as possible. If you sit still and don't do anything, you can go ahead and give me probably a Constitution check. I would say a DC 15. If you get at least a 15 on your Constitution check, then you can make yourself appear as much as possible like a corpse, and they're most likely to ignore you.
All right, this is just a normal one, however.
Okay, you succeed. However, as soon as you get up, cast a spell, start doing things, obviously that goes away.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so for now, this guy will move. He thought he had a target, but he does not because of that check. Alright, Conglomerate. So, Conglomerate, this is the fourth round. So, if you make it, you're good. If you fail, this is permanent. So, go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Okay, a lot riding on this.
You make it.
Okay.
So you are, so you're still prone, and on your next turn you can do something with that. I'm not going to tell you.
All right, but I'm not permanently.
I'll get this right someday.
Okay.
So the next guy, unfortunately, though, you don't have Judge's ability as far as I know. So go ahead and you hear a scream. Go ahead and make a con save. Conglomerate.
Okay, it's already begun. Save normal.
This is why I nuked away.
I'm under.
All right,
I nuked away.
You're back into the magical sleep of the dead.
Never want to sleep again.
Yeah, but it's it reset your counter, so it's not permanent. All right, Darcy. You notice they haven't been screaming at you. They don't know you're here anymore. So
I am on another plane of existence. I want to see if I can see anything on this plane of existence.
Nothing particular. You do see that there is some sort of magic or something going on to try to keep you from leaving to other planes and to keep you from traveling too far in this plane. You think it probably was set up by the elder gods for this particular thing. So you can be in this plane, but you're limited as far as how far you can go.
Yeah, well, I want to go to the bone pile, see if there's anything interesting in it.
Fair enough.
You can look, you just can't touch it yet.
All right.
No,
So
I want to see if there's anything magical or anything like that emanating from this pile of death that may be connected to the skeletons.
okay, fair enough. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Kitty cat, stop it. Heck yeah. Yes, there is something. It seems to exist both on the material and the ethereal plane. And from your point of view, once you see it, it looks like a column of darkness. It feels like it's somehow powering the skeletons. However, you don't, at least at the moment, have any idea what's causing it or how to get rid of it.
But where is it?
It's in the center of the bone pile. Once you notice it, you can't help but notice it. But you suspect that it's completely invisible in the material world.
Time to meddle in the spiritual then. Next time.
Fair enough.
That's the end of my.
Partially,
Yep.
if it is partially in the ethereal plane, you can mess with it.
I know, it's just
Outside.
I'm out of
Yeah,
movement.
she used her action already. So next time.
No problem.
Yeah. Next time I will try to save us. Divine intervention, baby.
All right. So, Mr. Earth Elemental, one thing you might notice is if you pop up is that Darcy's gone. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move to here, and I'm going to punch the cart toy I'd been targeting before.
Okay. You hit. Okay, another 17 damage. So you punch him from underground. He kind of bounces up, but still existing.
Alright, gonna go ahead and try and wreck his day some more.
You hit him again
Wow.
for 11 points of damage. He's still around. He's still almost destroyed, but just not quite.
Alright, that's my turn.
All right. So let's see. The judge hasn't done anything yet, so he just moves.
Let's hope I can stay awake long enough
Yep.
to try something.
Yeah, try and just play possum long enough.
Long enough for me to have an actual full action.
Alright. All right, Judge, it's your turn. Since you haven't done anything, you've been able to fool them up until now. So what are you going to do?
Alright.
If you do nothing, continue to do nothing, it'll continue to fool them. You'll have to re-roll. But once you start doing something, if you try to do this again, you'll have to roll again. So what are you going to do?
Not a problem. I'm going to, as slowly and as cautiously and as stealthily as possible, reach because I'm lying on the ground, right?
Yes, you're still
So
breathing.
I'm assuming I'm lying on my back, and the arm that's mostly blocked by my body can reach down into my pack and reach into the pocket that has the delicious sausage and soft, delicious cheese. You know, my little cheese and sausage plate that I like to cut up sometimes and keep buying more of.
Okay.
I'm going to grab a big chunk of soft, delicious cheese. And then as quickly as possible, I'm going to pull it out, rip it in half, having a chunk of cheese in each hand, and I'm going to cram them hard in my ears.
Okay. Fair enough. You got it.
Oh man.
So that was your action. Okay.
Some
Earplugs.
makeshift earplugs. Some
Can't hear them anymore.
chunky cheese earplugs.
Yep.
Hopefully
Cheese
it's
is what I
not
had.
Swiss.
Yeah, hopefully it's
Swiss.
not Swiss, right?
And as a bonus action, can I stuff little chunks into Gavel's ears? Because he's right there.
Sure.
Oh,
Owls
Okay.
gosh.
don't have ears, actually.
Yes, they do. They have little
They have
Owls have little
holes.
ear holes.
They
Yeah,
have holes,
they do.
not ears.
Yeah,
Well,
same thing. They still have an ear
Fair enough.
canal.
Fair enough.
I'm plugging the hole. Imagine the cheese as a soft wax to make earplugs.
Ew.
That's
Fair
so
enough.
gross.
All right, so you plug
Oh.
your ears and Gavels. All right. So
Yes.
that was your action, your bonus action. Do you want to spend any movement?
I will go ahead and stand up.
All right.
As I stand up, I start humming to myself loudly.
Fair enough. Hit turn it ready.
Oh, sorry. Because humming to myself loudly, if you've ever plugged your ears and yeah, la 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 la, it makes it even harder to hear.
Okay. So another one moves up and goes to scream at you, Judge. Now that he started moving. Unfortunately for him, you have earplugs. So what I'm going to say is you have advantage on your save, and instead of a DC 15, it's a DC 10.
Okay.
So you have advantage on your con save, DC 10.
Okay. Oh wait, no, sorry. Close. Come on, do that right. Constitution. Saving throw. Advantage. DC 10s.
You make it. Fair enough.
Aha.
It's his turn. All right, Conglomerate. At the end of your turn, you can make a con save.
Absolutely.
Oh wait. Now that Gavel's got earplugs too, can he flap his wings in Conglomerate's face?
Did he take his action yet? No. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he can do that.
You have
So you have
advantage.
advantage, Conglomerate.
Woo. I'm up.
All right. You are now conscious. You are still prone.
Yep.
But standing above you is Judge, so we'll see how this works.
For sure.
All right. So this one is going to scream at Gavel. Same thing. DC 10. He has advantage.
Screaming at Gavel. Okay, let me pull up Gavel again. Gavel. Con save. Saving throw. Advantage. Come on, buddy.
It is enough.
Just made it.
barely. All right. So this one is going to move once, and he's a scream back at you, Judge. So you got another DC 10 Constitution save with advantage.
Okay.
All right. You make it.
Aha.
All right, Darcy. You see this
My turn
column
soon.
of darkness in front of you. What do you do?
We investigate it. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, you're pretty much right next to it now. You can kind of see this column of darkness. And now that you're closer, you can see it's emanating from this kind of sphere of darkness. And that sphere seems to be coming out of a skull. The skull is kind of, the top is broken off, where the top of the head. But inside where the brain would be, you see this darkness. And as you approach, you hear a voice in your head. Who approaches the darkness?
Who emanates it?
An old death. Who will infect the world and destroy it.
You're but a blot on the land.
A blot that will shall destroy you. Alright, do you do anything else?
Can I discern from my Arcana check from earlier kind of like what this is exactly.
From what'd you get last time? I forget.
I got like a nat 20.
Oh, you got a 30 or something like that. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. So yeah, it seems to be an ancient spirit. You're not sure exactly what race it was. It might have been human. It might have been a demigod. Um, but it has been festering for a very long time, and has been
Insight.
creating these skeletons. Unfortunately, you're not sure exactly why, but something happened relatively recently to rob it of most of its power, but not all of it.
Well, clearly, it's being a sore butt about it.
And yeah, so the skeletons that are currently on the battlefield seem to be the last of the troops it can muster for now. But you suspect that if left unchecked, it would over time absorb its power and infest the land once more.
Might as well learn its backstory while I'm here, since it's angry at everything.
Okay. So that's your action then. You have any movement. You can do a bonus action if you have anything. Otherwise, I think that'll be it.
She's just gonna question basically like um what caused its demise to bring it such hatred towards the world, basically.
The humans and the Triton, their battles were unending. I was once one of them, and I was destroyed. And they all turned their backs on me, left me to rot.
Hmm. Do you seek only vengeance through destruction, or would you prefer
I prefer for all of them, all their children, to cease to exist. Only then will my vengeance be satiated.
the spirit just needs to get clapped and needs to just get gone? All right.
Hit enter and ready.
Yeah. It's just mad. It literally died mad.
Alright, Cycloden, what are you gonna do?
Alright, I guess I will go ahead and attack that one that's almost dead.
Okay. And you hit. You do 4 damage and destroy it.
Alright, I turn my attention to the one closest to me and attack it as well.
Okay. You hit. Alright, another 18 damage. You smash it. It is bloody.
Alright, I'm done with my turn.
Alright, so this one is going to scream at Conglomerate. So Conglomerate, DC 15, con save.
All right.
And you
Nope.
once again.
I'm back down.
Alright, so 1, 2. Alright, so this guy will move 1, and then he is going to scream at Judge again. Same as last time, Judge.
Alrighty. Can you go ahead and roll for me? AFK or away from keyboard?
Sure. So that would be a con save with advantage. Yep, you succeed.
Okay.
Alright, so the next one, move 1, and then scream at the owl. So, same thing with the owl.
Yep.
Con save, advantage. The owl, however, is unconscious.
Oh well. was hoping he could help Conglomerate again, but not
Yeah, it's
necessary.
just
for
kind
my
of
idea.
just flying there, kind of just falls and hits the ground. Alright, so this guy will move forward 2. And this guy will move forward 1 and scream at Judge. So, Judge, I'll go ahead and do the saving throw for you. Con save, saving throw, advantage. And Judge is back up.
Oh.
Wait a second. I have Mystia's deflection. You can add 4 to what I rolled, whatever that number is.
It's
What is that number?
That's enough.
actually,
So you make
yeah,
it.
wait.
Alright, Judge. It is now your turn. Your reflection ability barely saved you from going out again, but you notice the owl is now lying on the ground sleeping, like the dead. What are you going to do?
Okay, here we go. I am
You'll have to pretty go louder, faster.
Say that again.
You'll have to speak louder.
Sorry. All right. Let's see here. Cast that.
Okay, fair enough.
Please measure template. Can I hit everybody? Trying to hit everybody.
Well, alright, we'll see what you can do. Not quite.
Oh, what? Yeah, not quite.
I still got a fair number, though.
Oh, wait a second. Can I redo that?
Sure.
How do I-
move it? Click on the measuring controls, one down, the elbow, the L thing, and then you should be able to just move it around.
Measuring controls where?
If there's
Okay,
no-
L bar.
How about that?
Okay.
Is that better?
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Up one tile.
Up 1? Okay.
yeah. Up one tile there.
Okay.
There we
good.
go.
All right.
Yes, that hits all except one of them.
Cool.
Okay, and to DC 18.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
This should be big.
Looks like you have 2 to make it. 3 to make it.
Okay. I hit the roll damage button. Did it not go through?
Not yet. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 makes saving throw. There it goes. 47. So we'll go ahead and do 23 for this one. 23 for this one. 23 for this one, and then 47 for the rest. So 1 down. 2 down. 3 down. 4 down. 5 down. So you killed, destroyed 5 of them, and hurt 3 others.
Nice.
Okay, I am now going to use my bonus action to bend down and cram what little cheese I have left into Conglomerate's ears.
Fair enough.
Well, his ear holes.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hit enter and run.
Oh yeah, Conglomerate, you don't have ears.
No, I don't.
All right, Conglomerate. You at the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution save.
All right.
Does
Here
me
we go.
holding his head and putting cheese in his ears count as shaking him, or no?
Probably. If it takes that only counts if it takes an action. So
I'm still down.
yeah, if it's a bonus action or a free action, that doesn't count. It's not vigorous enough. All right. Well, you are still.
Well, wait, no, he didn't roll at advantage.
Oh,
yeah, you
I'm
didn't.
rolling an advantage? Oh.
You got earplugs now. Ear hole
No,
plugs.
that only. This is from him waking up. That only affects you from being affected to begin with. He's already.
Oh
down.
yeah, good point.
So
Never
yeah,
mind.
so he's still down.
That's fine.
All right. So this one is going to move, and he's going to scream at Judge again. So Judge, DC 10, it con save with advantage.
And my reaction has reset, so I do have my deflection again if needed.
You make it.
All right.
All right, Darcy, you are standing in front of that darkness in the skull. What are you gonna do?
And then, well, Etherealness doesn't say anything about me not being able to cast their spells, so.
Sure. Yeah, you just can't affect anything in the material plane right now. But if it's in the ethereal plane, sure, why not?
I'll mage hand and try to pick up the angry skull.
Yeah, you pick it up from the pile. The skull itself doesn't move because it's technically the material plane. You just see it, but the globule of darkness does move, and so you raise it up in front of you.
I'll start walking away from the pile. See what happens.
Okay.
With it.
You walk away from the pile, and you notice that there's that column of darkness doesn't move with it. And as you walk away, you hear the voice, "What are you doing? Put me back! Put me back right now!"
Oh, what's the matter?
No, put me back! You notice it's starting to get smaller.
I think you've spent too much time in that little pile of death of yours. You're becoming too negative.
No! And as this is happening, none of you are the rest of you are hearing this or seeing any of it, but you notice that the skeletons suddenly collapse. They are now dead.
For reals this time.
For realsies. I'm just gonna keep until that little angry little
it
voice.
keeps getting smaller. It keeps screaming, but the voice gets softer and softer until it disappears.
Before it disappears, I'm gonna like wait till it's like the squeakiest little speck of angst.
Okay.
Nice.
Little speck, what are you doing?
All this hatred just to be snuffed out. And then I walk forward.
You will pay for this! And then it's over.
Yay, I win.
Alright, so what are the rest of you doing? You're fighting these skeletons, they're screaming at you. Conglomerate, you're suddenly awake. The owl is suddenly awake and flying around. All the skeletons suddenly collapse. And Darcy's nowhere to be seen. What are you guys doing?
I'm not taking any chances. I move over and I just continue to pummel those skeletons until I'm satisfied they're adequately smashed up.
Fair enough.
You make bone dust.
What are you doing, Conglomerate or Judge?
Is there still a big pile here in the middle?
Yeah, speak louder.
Skeletons?
He's asking if there's still a big pile there.
Is there still a big pile here in the middle?
Yeah, it's still there. It's just nothing's moving now.
I'm gonna cast another fireball and burn the skeletons to ash.
Alright, so you cast it, and it's a lot more effective now than it was before. Conglomerate, what are you doing? You're awake again. None of the skeletons are moving. Judge is casting fireball at the, burning the skeletons in the center. You see an earth elemental just smashing skeletons, but they're not reacting. You don't see Darcy.
And you have.
What are you doing?
And you have cheese in your ears.
Oh, and you have cheese in your ears.
Well, I guess I wake back up and I see them just smashing skeletons. So I'm like, all right, this is what we're doing. And I just move to the lip and just start shooting arrows just randomly at different skeletons because I don't know any better.
So Darcy, have you ever come back to the material plane?
Yeah, I come back. I get over here. And I poof back into the material plane.
You see Darcy show up, and Darcy, as you show up, you see them just burning and destroying skeletons. What do you say or do once you show up and see them, just like, just smashing everything they can get a hold of?
What are you all doing? I've already defeated the thing that was controlling the skeletons.
We are taking no chances with the remnants.
I don't know.
You're
I
inaudible.
look up.
We are taking no chances with the remnants. To ash they will be.
Well, fine enough, but you would not believe what was actually behind all of this. A very, very disgruntled soul. Nothing but
Oh.
pure malice in the center.
Do tell. What did you learn of it? What interesting.
Whatever it was, man or fish person, it's died during the confrontation between the Tritons and the humans, and it died full of men, and thus decided to try and kill the descendants of both sides of the war. Of course, I couldn't let such ridiculous nihility to exist in malicious intent, so I decided to remove its little focal point away to see what would happen. And surely enough, without its little focal point, it went away and finally disappeared.
Excellent. You did very well, I must say.
You're almost inaudible again.
Excellent. You did very well, I must say.
Truly, I did not even expect this. I was only making sure that one of us would survive.
Well, you have certainly done that, and I appreciate it.
I did not wish to be trapped in
As I do that, I will go ahead and as she says that, I will go ahead and cast prestidigitation clean, and go ahead and get all the soft gooey cheese out of my ears. Yeah.
Fair enough.
What was that? Did you have wax build up? What was that yellow stuff?
It was cheese. It was the only thing I had at the moment to plug my ears from their screaming sound, which helped quite a bit, because if you cannot hear them, you cannot fall asleep.
Oh, good fast thinking. Though I don't think I would ever want to shove cheese in my ears.
And with that, I think we'll go ahead and end the session.